But you yada yada over the best part.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Yadda Yadda podcast, episode 107 to be exact. Kid Joker now.
Just seeing on in this bitch in around.
And who else we got?
No, so Sebastian.
Yes, sir, man. Now, for you guys who've been listening to the podcast, you guys probably know Sion. He is usually the fourth mic, but today, our homie Black Hype, he couldn't make it today, so he's filling in for mic number 2 today. How's it feel to be on camera, Sion?
It was good, man. I'm happy to be here. Happy to film for Alex. You know, he's always holding it down, so gotta hold it down for him too, man.
You know, this is your first time ever being on camera for the Yadda Yadda.
Yeah, shoot. It's legendary, actually.
You know, it's a big moment for us,
My
right
first and last time.
Don't get used to it, because it's not happening again.
Hell yeah.
But
How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, man. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's raining, but I like cloudy days. Very relaxing. The Chiefs don't play, so the city's a little not as excited today.
Yeah, I woke up thinking the Chiefs were playing, bro. I was so hyped, and I'm not tapped in, bro. I was pissed. I had my Chiefs jersey on.
I'm ready for a game today.
I look at the game, I'm like, oh, fuck, tomorrow.
I know, it kind of just throws off everything, don't it?
It does. But another Sunday in Kansas City. It's beautiful out here. How you doing today, Sebastian?
We doing good. Doing good.
Doing good. You know, the quiet whisper over there, Sebastian.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't talk much out here, so
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get you to say more, you know, because
You be reading the comments now.
behind the cameras is where it really goes off. Yes, sir. What about you, Andre?
Day's good. Just got out of the shower. You know, slow day,
Yeah.
but it's my day. You know.
Yes.
Every day's your day, Andre. We are in your house.
No, for real.
It's
I'm
always a
Parks.
good day when you can wash your ass.
Yeah.
That's really a blessing.
No, for real.
Because some people take that blessing for granted.
Some people don't even have that.
Like I be seeing those articles on Twitter.
He said our mic's not working. I think it's on the camera mic. Oh, okay.
Is that Savannah telling us that?
No.
Mike's not working.
How about now, fucking fork? Fucking fork.
Help us.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, my guy?
See, let us know how it sounded.
Yeah, let us know how it sounds. Or make sure the mics are working in this bitch before we get.
We're
We're
good?
good?
Okay, cool.
Okay,
We're back. Good.
We're back. Yes, we're
Yes.
back in this bitch.
Episode 107 of the Yadda Yadda podcast. One more time since they didn't hear us. Kid Joe Cornejo.
Sion in this bitch.
Got Sebastian.
And we
Andre,
got
Andre.
he trying to make coffee, y'all.
doing his Spider-Man. Andre just trying to get a boost to his day, you know. Sunday.
Get his day started right.
Hell yeah, man.
Beautiful Sunday in the city, man. No Chiefs game, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But you know what? It's still a good day regardless because it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Penguin night.
What's Penguin Night?
Have you been watching the Penguin?
No, I don't watch that. Oh, is that like the villain? The
Batman show? Yeah, with Colin Farrell.
Damn, they're giving villains full shows now.
And this one's fire.
Yeah,
It's amazing. Colin Farrell is acting his ass off. Actually, everybody in the show is acting their ass off in the highest of levels, man. And the writing's phenomenal. How they portray the Penguin and give you more insight to him as a person and character is really well done.
yeah.
You know, it feels like you get to know the Penguin a little bit more on this show than we have learned about him previously.
Yeah, I feel like I never wanted to know about the Penguin.
Yeah, because he
You
was
know?
like he's a I would say top tier Batman villain, but I think out of all the top tier Batman villains, he's probably the least interesting to me.
Yeah, he's kind of a hoe.
Yeah.
He was kind of hoe in like the old Batmans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he was like an orphan and he was kind of like mutilated. Nobody really wanted to fuck with him.
Yeah.
He wasn't this gangster that they show him as in the modern depictions, you know?
He was always doing some hoe shit to
Definitely,
Batman. for
definitely.
real.
But
yeah,
in
man.
the show, like in the animated show, he was always like a pimp. Like he was always like on some baller shit. He was almost like DC's Kingpin, you know, like Kingpin and Daredevil.
Yeah, okay.
He's like that,
but not as intimidating.
exactly. And he's short. It's like, you know,
He's got a walking deficit or
Yeah.
walking issue.
yeah.
got
Didn't he
a
have like an
problem.
umbrella? as
A
his-
gun
A
umbrella.
gun umbrella,
gun
yeah.
umbrella.
A gumbrella.
A gumbrella. It's nasty work.
Yeah. Actually, that's
work.
kind of fire though. I ain't gonna lie, for a mob.
Bro, Penguin was opening up umbrellas inside. That's how savage that nigga was.
Mhm.
You know, that's
Opening
bad
umbrella-
luck.
It's bad
It is
luck.
bad luck.
Bad luck. You can't keep an umbrella open inside, bro.
Yeah.
Nah,
Are
not
y'all
at all.
superstitious about
I am with that. I've never opened an umbrella inside.
I'm superstitious. I'm superstitious with sports, not necessarily with don't walk under a ladder. Or the only one that I really follow in life is like splitting poles. I can't do that. If we're walking in a group and you walk around the pole, it's like, nigga.
Yeah, why are you splitting the pole?
You're splitting the juju. It's like we're all one. Now you got to go off on an island and shit. It's like, bro,
hey, that's
fuck
true.
out of here.
That herd mentality. That's what keeps us together. That's how we evolve.
Like, we are one in this bitch.
Yeah, that's how we evolve as humans.
I grew up with the reference of like Scary Movie 2. That's when I learned, don't split the pole now. Because I was like, I always joke with people. I'm like, hey man, don't split the pole. That's how you get hit by a bus.
Or when you drop the blunt.
Yeah, like, somebody fucking your bitch, man. I was like, you know what? I'm single, so they could have her.
Hey, if you have that mentality, I'd just be dropping blunts all day. It's nasty to drop a blunt though. It's like
it is because like ain't no telling what's on the floor, man. Have you cleaned this floor lately? Like Andre got a dog. You drop a blunt.
You talking to me?
No.
Like, damn, get out. No.
Go ahead and drop that right now.
Yeah. Hey, man, my girl's safe in the back row.
That's what they all say.
Her that ain't Andre.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What's been going on this weekend?
Brother, what has been going on this week? Let me tell you what's going on.
Yeah,
a lot is happening this week,
it.
especially starting on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start there with the big news on Halloween.
What was the big news?
Young Thug is home.
Oh yeah,
Young Thug is
Make
fucking
some
free.
Noise for Young Thug,
bombs
man.
in the fucking
you know
chat.
what I'm saying? Drop some bombs in the chat. Let us know.
Sion, where's the bombs? See, they used to throw it on me.
Yeah,
now it's on you.
Yeah, now that you back in town.
It's on you.
I thought I was just gonna pop up and do some chill shit, but I forgot the bombs.
Can we still do sound effects on the live?
Bomb!
Yeah, bomb!
Bomb!
Drop some bombs in the chat for us, man. Young Thug is home. He beat the RICO case. I ain't gonna lie, because I remember the day of, they talked about how he turned down the plea deal. That would have got him home sooner.
Yes.
And since they turned down the plea deal, he was now looking at 45 years max with 25 years served and then like 20 years probation after that, I believe.
That nigga lawyer is Saul Goodman.
Yeah. He got,
Like,
I didn't
he's
think
on that level of to get out of a RICO case is insane.
I will say though, it was state, wasn't federal.
Yeah, it wasn't federal.
It wasn't federal.
You know that once they got a nigga in there,
once the word RICO is brought up, it's kind of
everybody
It's
clenches
like,
their booty a little bit.
Yeah.
But
they wanted him to go down.
they did. But at the same time, they made a mess of it. They were too eager. They cut off their hand to spite their face, or whatever that saying is.
Yes.
Because y'all got everybody in here, the whole YSL gang, and they making y'all look like fools, bro.
And like they're giving people that are in YSL like football numbers.
Yeah.
Type sentences.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's not looking good
Lineman
for Thug.
numbers.
Like if these guys are going down and they're part of this gang, quote unquote, that doesn't look good for you if you're being held as like the leader of this gang.
Oh, God.
Yes.
And
What they say Thug stood for?
Truly humble under God.
Truly humble under God. And
That's foul,
that's
bro.
a dog. Shout out to his lawyer. That was an A1 move.
YSL is not a gang, bro. It's a gang in the
It's
sense
Yves Saint Laurent.
of it's not a gang.
Young stoner life. Bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, it's stoner life, man.
That's why I think
No clandestine activities to be found.
because I think when Yo Gotti started his record label, CMG, it originally stood for like Cocaine Music Group or something.
See,
What a
And then
great
50
name.
Cent was like, hey, dog, no record label's going to sign your label if that's going to be the name. Like, you need to change that. So he changed it to something else. I don't know what it is. I can't remember what it is now.
country something.
What is it?
Country, no.
Nah.
Country Music Awards.
CMA Group.
I'm trying to
Glorilla.
name this one, I'm naming this one Meth Records.
Music. As she say, music. Yeah, no. I think hip hop needs to get away from trying to emulate like Scarface culture, like fucking Murder Inc. It's like, bro, how did they? That nigga must have been selling like hotcakes because there's no way.
What happened to like Cool in the Gang?
Yeah, like peaceful name.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You think Death Row was where,
Yeah,
Death Row was where
it started there. Death Row.
And it's like, oh, y'all just ran by Bloods?
Yeah. Murder Inc.
Bad Boy Records.
Murder Incorporated.
Murder Inc.
You know how like 50 Cent was smart because the label was called G Unit Records, and everybody thought it stood for like Gangsta Unit.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, it's Gorilla Unit.
Yeah.
But I guess Gorilla Unit is also like a ward term.
Yeah.
So it was like clever enough to where it's like not gang insinuated.
Yeah. But it's
like,
a unit. We together.
Exactly.
Yeah. infantry type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Fucking I fucking forgot. Oh, this is randomly off
Okay.
topic. You know, I gotta
Here
bring
we
in
go.
my left, my exit.
We were going right. And he
Yeah,
said, "Let's go left."
Y'all brought up Bad Boy. Did y'all know that ASAP Ferg's dad designed the logo for Bad Boy Records?
Yeah.
Wow, explains
And
a lot.
apparently, ASAP Ferg is the baby. It's like he's the baby in Bad Boy.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Don't tell me ASAP Ferg daddy was
He a
at,
nepo baby,
was
bro.
at Diddy parties. though.
Nah.
Don't
Had
tell
to
me
be.
that.
Nah.
Hey,
Like
you
how
just-
Andre said, had to be.
You designed the
So
logo.
much
nigga,
confidence.
You party with me tonight.
Remember that when Ferg pull up here.
Hey, no, for real. I fuck with Ferg.
Me too, man. Shout out to
Fuck with
Ferg. He
Ferg,
on a
too.
night. He on a really cool press run right
Is
now.
he no longer ASAP Ferg or is
Nah, he just go by Ferg now. But he's
Okay.
still part of ASAP, but he just
It's
goes
New
by
York.
Ferg. Yeah.
It's forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. But Thug is free though.
Doug
man.
is free, man. Did y'all
He
see?
has a set of stipulations.
They're pretty strict, man. Like he can't go to the Metro Atlanta area during this. He got 15 years probation, right? He was looking at 45 years max, 25 years got to be served before he gets probation.
Bro, when I see 15-year probation, you know, I think of that Oodles and Noodles Meek Mill, where he's like 13 years of probation. You might as well just put me in that motherfucker, bro.
That's what I
because,
was gonna say. You might as well serve that time, bro, because probation is basically the same thing, and they're waiting for
Any slip up.
to
Yeah.
put you away
And so-
forever.
slave deal.
The
Yeah,
restrictions
literally.
are pretty heavy. So he cannot go to Metro Atlanta
No.
during his 15 years, which is like his hometown.
Yeah.
So, and then the only time he can go to Metro Atlanta is when he's performing for anti-gang, anti-gun
Crime Stoppers.
Crime
basically.
Stopper, yeah.
He has to do that four times a year.
4 times a
in
year.
the metro area of,
Yeah.
of Atlanta.
years.
4 times 15. Is it 15 years he can't be there? How many years?
He can't be in Atlanta for 15 years.
15 years. 4 times 15. Quick math. Somebody do it. What we got? How
4
many
times 15.
How many
So
Crime
4 times
Stopper
5 is
events
20.
does this nigga have to do?
Is that like,
3.
let's see, 15 times 4?
60?
15 times 4. 60, yeah.
Wow, I'm an idiot. I was gonna say a way bigger number, but
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Low key.
yeah, but honestly, I think, hey, if I'm Thug, bro, that's a great opportunity to, go back, bring some
Wait,
money
what
to the
is it?
city.
I need to look
you know?
Bro, this dude Sebastian. All right, so I plugged in the little mouse, right?
Yeah.
And then his Photoshop pulled up a photo of his. That's your dad?
That was my boss.
Oh, your boss. I thought you said that's my pops. I was like, God damn. But the nigga's dressed like a king.
Hey, shout out to the Kings out there, man.
Man, go ahead. I'm sorry, Young Thug. He in jail.
What was
Yeah.
I saying?
So
He
he
out of
got
jail.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's a great
for
opportunity
the 4 free shows.
for the free shows so they're free.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's got to do 4 free shows in the metro area 4 times a year.
Hey, you might as well make that whole festival every year. Thug coming home.
Yeah.
But it's
'cause
4 times a year.
Yeah, he coming home 4
it's like
times a
every
year.
year's going to be a celebration because he can't be here.
Yeah,
And then on top of that, he can't make no gang related music.
he never was in the first place.
Nah.
Bro,
he said, Young Woody pull up and
Halftime.
Yeah, halftime. And then take it to trial.
Yeah,
He
it's
says,
like
I was a capo in my hood.
Yeah. And it's like you look at all his old videos, he's surrounded by guns.
That's true,
And he can't be around any other convicted felons or gang members aside from Gunna.
That's not take it to trial. That's TikTok. I was a capo in my hood.
He finna do some crazy numbers though. I think.
You think?
I think so, bro. I mean, he wasn't away long enough for people to forget him. He's still in the public attention.
That's why I think he's not really tripping off Gunna, because he came out, dropped nothing but hits.
Facts.
So he kept the YSL shit alive.
He's still on the label.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's on the label.
And he can still make music.
Yeah.
Shout out
Exactly.
Sergio.
And he's not, I don't think Gunna didn't get convicted with none, did he? No, he took a plea.
He took a plea.
So he might be a
Mm.
convicted felon for that.
I don't know.
Them niggas can't vote no more, man. Sad.
Were they ever voting?
All right, y'all.
But yeah, bro. Shout out
Were
to
they
Thug.
ever voting?
I'm happy that Thug is home though, bro.
Me too, man.
You see, he tried to squash the beef immediately with Drake and Future.
Yeah, after last night, I could tell that shit's not happening anytime
I
soon.
think that's dead.
Apparently they got on the phone together.
Well, apparently not.
No?
Academics said that never happened.
Oh,
Because
shit.
Elliot Wilson said, I think 2 days ago, that
Yeah.
he had it on good sources that Drake and Future talked on the phone and kind of just maybe not squashed it, but made it more cordial between them two.
Yeah.
And then the next day, Academics went on his stream and said, I've got it from extremely credible sources that tell me that's not the case. That never happened. So now there's like a battle of the sources.
So niggas just lying.
Yeah. Leland Wayne, he a fucking lame. And
Who's
I know
that?
he had to be an influence. That's what Drake said, bro.
Who is Leland Wayne?
It's Metro Boomin.
Oh,
You don't remember that line?
Hmm.
That was in the middle of Family Matters, the second song on there. So I don't think Drake ever had a problem with Future. I think he was more so sad that he was, linking up with Metro, a nigga that clearly hates him. You know what I mean?
But Metro and Future got way more history together than Drake and Future do, and it's way they have a healthier history than Future and Drake do, because Future and Drake were always kind of iffy up until What a Time to Be Alive. They always had like on and off problems with each other.
yeah, I mean, even like Life is Good. That was the last collab they did, right?
no.
Nah, Too Sexy.
Too Sexy.
No.
Or
'cause,
the shit on Future's album.
The Tims.
Yeah, I'll wait
Oh,
for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they know they can make hits together. I think they'll eventually get back.
That's what I said a few
know how
weeks
Drake
ago.
is.
That's
we
what I
don't
said
need
a few
that.
weeks ago, because it's easier to forgive a nigga who just said, or a nigga that's close. Like, if y'all really close, right?
Yeah.
And Joe, I told him to shut the fuck up and speak about hip hop, and he shut the fuck up and spoke about hip hop. That's easier to forgive if I went on our platforms and said some flagrant ass shit that happened in Not Like Us. See what I'm saying?
That's
Mm.
true.
So
I just think
they're more likely to get back together than the other side.
so.
Yeah.
Last night, if you guys don't know, Drake was at the Raptors game last night because they were doing like the Vince Carter retirement jersey ceremony, whatever. And they were also playing the Kings, who DeMar DeRozan plays for now. And so this was DeMar
Former
DeRozan's
Toronto Raptor.
Yes.
Yeah.
former Toronto Raptor. And I think this was his first game in Toronto post Not Like Us.
Oh shit.
So
shit.
of course Drake and Chubbs were there, front row like they always are. And Drake actually, every now and then he'll hop on a commentary and talk about the game and talk to the commentators or whatever. And they asked him, he's like, so what's gonna happen like when the Raptors retire DeMar DeRozan's jersey and put his name in the Raptors? And he goes, well, I'll personally climb up there and tear it down myself. And then he also called him a goof.
And he called him a pussy
He
once the
did.
nigga walked away from him.
Under his breath.
Yeah.
That's some shit. Like when niggas would get into fights and then one nigga would get his ass beat, and then once the nigga's walking away, he decides to push him.
Yeah.
He gets balls.
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, get balls when we face to face. Don't
And then on top
don't
of that,
blow them shits when I'm
Fucking
turned around.
petty.
then they tried to meme mug him during
Yeah.
one of the dead balls.
I don't under.
Celebrities need to realize that they don't do that much on the side of the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have that much of an impact just because you have the money to be there.
And be
Don't
front
mean-
row.
Exactly. Don't mean that you getting into nobody's head, bro. That shit do not work, bro.
Yeah.
In Drake's head though, he laid the law down. That's like, yeah, I
He said,
did
yeah,
that.
this is my
He
city.
thinks he's the Raptors.
Yeah.
He thinks he's the Raptor. He thinks he's the sixth man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when he did the Kentucky?
Yeah, bro, I was just
He was in the
about to
he was
say
in the
that
film
shit.
room, like
Yeah.
got the full warm-up suit on and he warmed up with him.
Yeah,
Then he
Carl,
airballed a three.
I never forget that air ball. That was great.
Carl Anthony Towns was like, yeah, he's a good guy. He was chilling with us, and he was what did he say? I think he was advocating for Book to get in the game, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we even talking about?
Dog, imagine being Calipari and this guy Drake is just like, hey man, put Devin Booker in. Like, bro, I am coaching.
Who are you?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up before you go back to the stands.
Yeah. This is a privilege.
Yeah, acknowledge that and accept it. Don't try to coach the team, dog.
Like,
I'm
bro,
Calipari.
bro, the only time celebrities get to like coach or like sit in is like when Keegan Michael Key, remember? Or the other Key and Peele nigga,
Mhm.
when he dressed up as the Oregon coach or the something Arizona State coach. Remember he was running across the football field?
Oh yeah.
All crazy, and then he went into the locker room and gave the he gave the halftime speech, bro, as the coach.
That's hilarious.
But them niggas are already up like 50. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
they
it's
could
not,
They could fuck around.
it's like this is the beginning of the game, bro. I'm not about to put in Devin Booker. Everything will work out fine.
Yeah,
okay?
just be a
Chill.
fan on the
Watch this
bench.
game.
He was suited up,
Bro,
bro.
we
That's
definitely
what's
get
funny.
That bro was looking like he about to really get in the game. He's like, all right, I got that guy right there. That's my man's. It's
Bro.
it is cool though, because there was one time where the Yankees will do this sometimes where they'll sign a celebrity that's a big fan to the team. Like
Mhm.
Billy Crystal, actually, I think he played in a preseason game a couple years ago for the Yankees.
Ain't that
Oh,
nigga like 75?
This was like 2009.
Okay.
He was still old. Don't get it
Like
wrong.
59.
Baseball. Baseball's the only sport you could do that though. You can't really.
Because you can waste like a little hit on the celebrity. Like fuck it, go ahead.
Yeah. You put a nigga in a
Bro.
football game though. It's like
Yeah. It's like,
Don't put Billy Crystal in the football game.
What does he do? The
fucking
long
prostate
snapper?
on the floor. You
Yeah.
get hit.
The long snap. Like I promise you, no matter how good you think you are at sports, like you're not good enough to play on a professional level. Just randomly.
Also, if you're a celebrity, it's like I don't know, bro.
This
Like,
ain't Rudy.
Why do you need?
yeah, this is not Rudy. That was college.
Impact.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
fucking pros.
Yeah. Well,
But-
but didn't that Rams Kurt Warner? He was a novice. He was a normal person.
Yeah, he was he worked at a grocery store before
Yeah,
he
he
signed
was a
to the
normal
team.
person.
But he was a
Except won
walk-on.
Super Bowl.
He was a walk-on though. That's super rare.
He was just working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just decided to try out.
And he won a Super Bowl.
No, he
Damn.
didn't.
He didn't.
Nah, he went to the Super Bowl.
He went to the.
Oh
Super
wait,
Bowl.
no, he won with the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh shit.
He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they beat the Titans.
yeah.
Yeah,
Every
bro, I watched that. You watched that Steve McNair documentary on
Nah,
Netflix?
man.
That's
Yo,
every-
Steve McNair, wild boy, man. Steve McNair was wild because, like,
every uncle's dream, bro.
wait, what? Wildin'?
No, being just a walk on.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think of the
Every
uncle
Uncle's Dream,
from-
bro. Like, I don't know if have you seen this documentary?
Nah, not that. Like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
His uncle in there.
Uncle Rico.
Yeah,
Uncle Rico.
Yeah,
No,
that's my biggest fear, to become an Uncle Rico.
Mm.
you could be a
I'm
cool
a-
Uncle Rico though.
How much have you seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah,
It's not
he
cool.
threw a steak at him.
He's like, how much do you want to bet that I could throw this ball across those mountains?
A quarter over those mountains.
He's like, man, if coach just would have subbed me in, we would have went to state. No problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
I'm glad I was never that
Uncle
deep in
Rico.
sports to where I have to have those field dreams.
Yeah.
Still to this day, like I knew I was like I stopped playing football after my sophomore year.
Yeah.
I was like I'm not going to the league.
They're lining you up.
Yeah, I was like I'm good, dog.
you
Y'all
were getting
set
lined
me
up out there.
They was setting me up,
He was
dog.
definitely getting lined up, bro.
Oh,
They was
shit.
setting me up because I was a lineman all my football playing career, and then after my freshman year, I played sophomore with the older guys. They're way bigger than me, obviously.
Damn, they had you on the line.
Well, at the time when I started playing football, I was kind of like a lineman size. 'Cause I was chunky.
You know, the freshman
Yeah,
team. and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, you know we're all smaller,
Yeah.
and then you get to the varsity team. It's like everybody's significantly bigger. Pause. But so they're like, yeah, you're too small to play lineman, so we're gonna put you at receiver. And so I was trying to be receiver with
shit.
after playing lineman my whole
Yeah, you
fucking
were
football
definitely-
career.
Bro, they gave him the big pads, bro. He couldn't even turn his head.
Yeah, I was like, how do y'all do this?
Caught him with the-
Try to put your hands up, they go up here. I'm like, all right.
When you put your shoulders up, it's like you can move your helmet up and down.
Yeah. look like I got those SpongeBob arms on my shoulders.
That's fucking hilarious,
Nah, bro. But Young Thug.
bro. I'm
Young
thinking
Thug is
Thug
home.
and Drake. It's coming.
No, I think Thug and Drake, because well, I mean, they already had that
they
song.
never
It's
had a
up.
problem.
Yeah, like they already put out a song together called "It's Up" with 21 Savage. That was like
Yeah.
one of the first 3 songs that Drake put out when he was leaking music. So like they have music. It's just like
They put the "Oh You Went."
which one?
Oh, you went. Man, it's bro. And went.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
bro.
Off the
that's-
Young Thug album.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's because he had
Mm.
was it Parade on Cleveland or something? Where
Yeah,
that
Parade
Drake
on
was
Cle-
that Drake was on.
Yeah, I think so. I think he recorded that from jail.
Really?
I think I heard that. I remember watching a video where the engineer was talking about how Thug sent in his vocals like through the phone and he mixed it.
Oh shit, that's fire.
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Thug got to do an NBA YoungBoy, bro. Just post up in the crib, record some hits, you know.
Like, where do you think Young Thug's
the
gonna live
DoorDash.
since he can't stay in LA? You think he'll go back to LA or something?
Got to go to LA.
Man,
Nah,
There's a lot
I
of
don't know
temptations in
about
LA, man.
Can he just go like
That's where Chief Keef went.
further outside
But
of
Chief
Georgia?
Keef is now on
She
probation.
just ran from the metro
Yeah,
LA.
you're right.
for 15
area.
years.
But he was banned from Chicago from performing at least.
Yeah, for like 10 years.
Isn't it just the metro area of
Yeah.
Atlanta?
Mhm.
Just go outside of that.
Stone Mountain,
But that isn't that more of a temptation than it is to
because you're still in reach,
be in LA when you can
Mm.
have a big property to yourself.
and you can't hang
and
around. You can't hang around any gang members. So if you go to LA,
No, you can't. It's in the indictment. The gang members that are in the indictment.
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
that does change everything.
Yeah.
Where do
so
LA though?
are you gonna go to New York? I'm thinking of places that you could make music and still be a successful. Like he's an artist, bro. You gotta
Yeah.
do features.
Young
But I
Thug-
mean, he's as big
hey.
an artist where he can kind of go anywhere.
Young Thug living in New York would be kind of funny.
That's bro.
That's nasty.
Ain't he like 6'5", just walking around?
He probably like 6'3".
Yeah.
He tall
Yeah.
for a rapper.
He gonna have to be on his P's and Q's for the next 15 years.
15.
bro.
I heard somebody
That's a slave. deal,
somebody
bro.
on Twitter was like, yeah, bro, like I was on probation for 4 years and I almost got fucked over for 2 traffic violations. Because I guess those also count as probation violations.
See,
If you get pulled over and get a ticket, that's a violation.
It's a trap, bro. They
It
give you
really
the
is.
tools to hang yourself.
Essentially, like you just do it yourself.
Jesus.
So like I hope And since he can't talk about no gang shit, I'm really curious to see where he goes musically and what he's going to start talking about. Because he told the judge, like, you know, being here for 2 years showed me that there's more I could rap about than what I was doing before I got locked up.
You about to be rapping about Mariah the Scientist?
Hey, yo, man.
Making love songs.
Ooh, some of y'all getting a little weird on Twitter with this shit.
Bro.
Y'all getting a little
What?
too weird about this shit.
Bro. I feel like those videos of her in the visitation, I feel like those shits, we shouldn't have access to that. Like, why do we have recordings of her?
Those got leaked.
Like,
Her
yeah.
talking to him. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. I was
very
like, man.
private conversation that got leaked.
They were
Hey,
they were in
man.
the visitation center and she was just talking about her jewelry and shit. And he's just like, yeah, you know, like, yeah.
He said they didn't give you the right money, the right amount. What was he was like, it was something like he
Yeah.
bought her something.
Yeah.
He's like, they didn't give you the right one. Oh, go get back and get the red one. Like, bro, this nigga's still making not deals, but he's still
Like negotiation.
moving outside of prison.
He's still a
and shit.
thug, bro. He's still young.
That's
thug,
still
always.
Metro Spider.
Yeah, that's sex, bro.
That's
What you know about sex?
Hey, yo, that meme was like, hey, son, today we're gonna talk about sex. And he goes, what you know about that thugger, Dad?
What you know about slime?
Yeah. I think the lawyer even said that if asked the judge if it's okay if Thug says slat and slatty in his music, and he broke it down to the judge like what this actually means, and he was able to flip it in a way where it doesn't tie to gang shit.
Yeah.
So I think the judge allowed him to be able to say slat and shit.
Bro, the fact that they could even use lyrics in the first place.
Only for rappers too.
Only for rappers.
Only for rappers.
What kind of weird shit got happened there?
Eminem was kind of the first artist to go down for that.
In what regard?
So if you guys remember, like in 2004 or 5, when he was doing Encore, he put out a song called Mosh, which was like an anti-George W. Bush anthem and like very like anti-war that was going on at the time. And I think the song has some lyrics that the government interpreted as him threatening the president. So he was actually under investigation from the FBI.
Wow.
Bro, never mind. I was about to go on a plane by myself.
He's
Bro.
about to take off. No 9/11.
Hey. Hey, man.
I didn't know if you would catch that.
Yeah, no. I caught that flight.
It's a shame Mark Wahlberg didn't that day. He would have landed that plane.
Bro, you know,
Was he supposed to be on there?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Him and Seth MacFarlane are supposed to be on that plane.
Bro, did you know that
Wow, we never got Family Guy season 10,000.
bro, did you know
what a statement to say regarding 9/11.
that Nicolas Cage movie that came out, the 9/11 Nicolas Cage movie?
Oh, I
where he
remember
had the
that.
mustache.
Mhm.
You know that's alleged or apparently based on a black dude. They were writing the movie so fast that they skipped over the fact that the character Nick Cage was casted as was a black dude in real life. It wasn't no Italian. What body boot? No, it was a nigga. And they just casted this dude because everybody's hearts were already pumping in America, USA, that they casted Nick Cage.
That's hilarious, though. I bet
Like,
was his name the same?
Better.
No, I don't think it was the same.
Okay,
but it was like based on
his story.
yeah.
That's what they just
The
whitewashed
firefighter was a black man.
They whitewashed that whole story.
Like, bro,
They just by adding Nick Cage to it, they ruined it.
Hey, it's like that.
put Nick Cage in a mustache right now.
It's like that
ruined it.
that Paul Mooney joke from Chappelle's Show. He was like, "How about this? I got an idea. It's called The Last on Earth, starring Tom Hanks." It's like,
Bro,
first you got the samurai with Brad Pitt, or the Mexican with Brad Pitt, and then the last samurai was Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
He's like, the last samurai starring Tom Cruise.
The Last Samurai was Tom Cruise.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's insane.
yeah.
The last samurai.
The
It's
last-
Tom Cruise.
Bro, fucking Matt
Kunta Kinte-
Damon it was some whitewash Matt Damon. Wasn't not Gladiator, but Troy.
Oh yeah,
What's
yeah,
that
yeah.
dude's name?
Achilles.
No,
and
no.
Troy?
Who dated who was married to Angelina Jolie?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. He was in Troy, white as shit.
Yeah, they were
Like,
supposed
bro,
to be
that's
Persians
the
and shit.
Mediterranean, bro.
Fucking
Your skin color
Mediterranean.
don't scream Mediterranean.
Bro, the sun is out.
You are gonna be burning.
Like, bro, I don't care how many filters you put on this nigga. He is white.
He's not Mexican either.
I think he's Irish. Like, bro, come on. The sun was
God.
not out in Ireland, bro.
That's hilarious. Hollywood funny, man.
Hollywood
Hollywood
is
funny, man.
Wait till they cast like a white slave eventually. It's gonna be like
Bro, they
Kunta Kinte.
did,
That's
bro.
how they're gonna
Matt
rewrite
Damon
history.
was
See,
in-
white people were slaves.
Brad Pitt was in 12 Years a Slave. He
He
was an
wasn't a-
indentured worker,
He wasn't a slave though.
but he was an indentured worker.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
an Irish indentured worker working on the roofs and shit.
Yeah, that nigga could come and go as he pleased. I remember that movie.
Bro, it's crazy, like how it works the other way. Like we'll always tie the black actors to like the slave, like the emancipation with Will Smith and all these like Lupita Nyong'o with the 12 Years a Slave. But like Michael Fassbender was a slave like owner, like he was a slave master, beating niggas.
Yeah.
Magneto.
Oh shit!
Bro, the Riddler is in 12 Years a Slave beating niggas.
What a movie this is.
Yeah. You never saw that?
No.
Oh
Bro.
my god.
12 Years a Slave, they have prestigious white actors being slave masters, and they just get to be other things. Nobody ever, hey, weren't you in? No one has that.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
funny.
we need a black slave master movie because they had them.
That's Django.
No, that's not Django.
Django pulled up
Like-
on that horse with some authority.
That's not
The other
Django,
slaves couldn't
man.
even believe it. What the fuck he doing on that horse?
Ain't never seen nothing like that.
Yeah.
A black slave.
Samuel
movie.
Jackson was
Fire.
paused.
That's like when the first nigga pulled up in a Hellcat. It's the same reaction.
Yo, that's a crazy analogy.
First nigga in the Cadillac.
Oh my god.
Who is that?
Where'd you
With-
get that money?
Yeah, suede seats. What the fuck?
That Anderson Pack?
The extra tires in the trunk.
With the fucking white coat around the tires?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Who is this guy?
How dare he?
We gotta be
Um,
done with the slave movies though.
Yeah,
You know what's
I think
funny
it's time to
about
put him in the
It's time to
past.
put them in the past.
you know what's funny about y'all bringing up 12 Years a Slave is that
Y'all bring it up.
Y'all niggas
Well, like-
bring it up.
not
Yeah,
As
go
people.
ahead. Yeah,
bringing up a conversation.
yeah.
I remember Swap told me the story about when ASAP and Rihanna were in town because Rocky was shooting the Riot video out here, right?
Yeah.
And Swap was able to like hang out with them a little bit, you know, after the shoot. And so he's hanging out with Rocky and Rihanna. And I was like, so how was that like, man? Like, he's it was cool. Like, they were really cool, laid back. But they really just kept recommending that we all watch 12 Years a Slave.
What the fuck?
Like, they just kept bringing it up. Like, oh, man, y'all really need to go see that movie.
But this shit has
been out for
it's been out
years.
for like a decade.
Or like, was there another slave movie that came out that year?
Oh, was it the Will Smith one?
Was it?
Emancipation.
Emancipation.
I think that's what
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
That because that was the Will Smith slap.
Yeah, that was the
that was
slap rebuttal.
Hollywood making
Yeah,
him
that
like
was the slap rebuttal.
Yeah. That was the epilogue.
He had to bounce back from that slap. They said, "Oh, let me go play a slave." real quick."
it's like, hey, Hollywood made him go through that ritual. Hey, dog, you're gonna have to really pay for this.
Bro, that's
Oh,
horrible, bro.
fuck.
Rich-
They said that's why he slapped Chris Rock because he was already like filming that movie before that whole incident. So he was just already like, fuck.
yeah, he had to do it.
Bro, he should have slapped the host, nigga, not Chris Rock.
Chris Rock was the host.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why he got that joke off.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
So he did slap the host.
Not a black host though. Come on, Will. He cool though. He gonna be cool.
No, Will Smith, bro. Batman
He's
was it
fine.
not Batman?
He
Bad
do- he's
Boys
gonna do
4
Bad
broke
Boys
box
8.
office records.
And 3 did too.
Yeah, the one before that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
3 did crazy
with
too.
Fat Martin Lawrence.
yeah.
That
Mhm.
was fire. That was fire.
Yeah.
Shout out Bad
If y'all
Boys.
if y'all
Swollen
watched
head.
that movie,
Swollen face.
Swollen face.
so
Swollen,
if
swollen
y'all watched
face
that
Lawrence.
movie, the third Batman or that third Batman, the third Bad Boys,
Yeah,
and like y'all talking about, like Martin was bigger, right?
yeah.
If y'all watch it, because he had back problems during that time, so he couldn't lose none of the weight or like do all the shit that he was doing in the previous two.
Yeah.
So if you watch the
it
scenes
was
that
20
involve
years in between.
a lot of running and like action,
It's a different nigga.
yeah, it's like a body double. They have,
Man, Martin
Having a
can't-
body double to run.
but
Run.
if you've seen the new Bad Boy, he lost all that weight.
Okay,
Mm.
I ain't seen it.
Honestly, I might need a body double to run because, like, on a movie set like that,
You got to keep doing it.
They doing
Yeah.
action scene. Like, remember that action scene
Do
from the
another
first
take.
one when Will Smith's running in the camera and his shirt's open? It's like
Yeah.
slow mo and shit. It's like shit like that.
But that's for Will Smith.
Yeah.
Will Smith is that
I'm-
nigga.
Comedy relief, right?
I mean, Mark was getting busy in the first two.
Yeah.
He was in a lot of action scenes,
Yeah,
doing a lot of
yeah.
moving and running.
You know what I wish they would bring back? Hancock.
I thought they
Or
was
Or
gonna
like
do
a Hancock show. I feel like a show would be kind of cool.
Do you want Will Smith in it?
Yeah, I need Will Smith though.
You know what I would want? I'd want to see the other like versions of them. Like when they came to Earth, because
Oh,
remember they
yeah.
would come together and then die off, like
Mhm.
become human. the couples. So I'd want to see like the earlier versions of them.
So Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan's a Hancock.
Or Damson.
Damson. What Denzel call him? Dancing?
Dancer. Dancer.
Yo,
Prancer.
that's gotta be so humbling. I'm glad Damson and Idris took that in stride. Just to know, like, bro, I'm on like a hit TV show. What do you mean you don't know who I am? But like, that's a good.
Niggas don't watch FX.
It's Snowfall.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
and FX has a lot of good
FX
shit.
got some good shit.
It had
yeah,
Atlanta.
Yeah.
They
They
had some
do.
good shit.
Mad Men? No, Mad Men was AMC.
Mm.
FX.
What
Be
other
cooking. It's
show-
Always Sunny.
The Bear.
The Bear.
The
Yeah.
Bear. Yeah.
I'll be forgetting that's on FX because I watch it on Hulu.
Mhm.
Y'all fuck with the Bear?
Hell
I
yeah.
haven't seen it.
No.
You haven't seen it? You ever worked in the
It's
kitchen?
cool.
I have.
I think you'll like it if you worked in the kitchen.
Did you finish it all the way through?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like towards the end it was getting kind of like hard for me to watch, but it's a good show.
He was crashing out crazy.
Yeah, it was
Like the season finale on the last episode of season 2
yeah.
when he was in the freezer.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend came in and he was like, fuck off.
Yeah, that was
Get
wild.
out of here. Because he thought he was talking to his cousin.
Man, chefs be really on time.
Yeah.
They be on time and like they be insulting niggas.
Yeah.
Shit. It's crazy.
Shut the fuck up.
Shout out Gordon Ramsay.
So Freddie Gibbs is the next person on the docket. Or no, Chromokopia.
Yeah, so
Chromokopia.
y'all talked about
Chromokopia.
Chromokopia on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I haven't sat with it enough to really want to give my real thoughts and how I felt about it yet. So I've listened to a lot more this week to really make sure, just to get a feel on how I think about it. And something you said on Sunday that I did pick up on listening to this album earlier this week was you said there was a lot, you heard some cherry bomb elements on this album, right?
Mhm.
And when I listened to Ratatata, I was like, oh, this is just like an evolution of the dark stains of Lakeisha from Cherry Bomb.
Brown
Yeah.
Stains.
Brown Stains.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Brown Stains
Yeah.
song. I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I definitely hear it. And it's like, there are a couple more elements in the album sonically where I'm like, okay, this was on Cherry Bomb too.
Yeah.
And so it's just cool to see him continue to grow from the tree that Cherry Bomb planted
Yeah, man.
with this album. And I love this album a lot because it's really dope hearing Tyler at 34 years old get introspective on us in a way we've never heard him get personal before.
yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
that stretch from Darling I to like what Judge
Yeah.
Judy,
Yeah.
it was like 3 songs in a row where him like Darling I is like him meeting the girl, Hey Jane is like him getting the girl pregnant, and then Judge Judy's like, hey man, no judgment.
Yeah.
Whatever you decide to do, I'm here for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And like here, like, and that's something that I think those 3 songs really highlight on this album is just how well his storytelling has gotten
yeah.
as a
I
writer.
agree.
And he's never done it in a way it's his actual life. you know?
Yeah.
I feel like it's always through a character or through a story that he's made up. But this is like his actual life is just him, and he's kind of just telling us what's going through his head and all the flaws that he has. I think he was very transparent about himself a lot on this album too.
In a way that we wouldn't even expect him to be.
Exactly.
Like, take your mask off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
third
the
verse,
Third verse.
We're
on
hearing
that.
him talk about shit that we've heard him talk about in the past, but in a more high regarded manner.
It feels like a house of mirrors. I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe it. Like, like the fun house of mirrors, where you go into like the carnival and it'll be like a fucked up mirror and you look fat, and then you look at the other one, your head.
Tall and skinny.
Yeah, and then your head got a big nose. That's what
Yeah.
this kind of felt like, but it like each mirror was a different like emotion as to what he's feeling at the time, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that third verse was basically like character assassination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In every way, talking about his brand, where
How
he
it didn't
how
sell.
it didn't sell, the whole
Like nobody mentions you when it comes to music conversations. Like not even your stage presence
Mhm.
gets
Exactly.
mentioned.
And then even on the last song, he talked about his LV collection.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he made the collection, and then when they sent him the shit to wear to the gala, his stuff wasn't in it.
Or like no, they never sent him.
They never sent.
They
him-
never sent him the actual shit he made for them.
exactly.
So like he did the whole fashion show, but they never actually sent him his own collection.
See, that's that
Yeah.
Kanye shit, man. They weren't
Exactly.
satisfied unless I picked the cotton myself.
Myself, you feel me?
Like, see,
Yeah, man. And he said it hurt, but is he glad that it happened? You know what I mean?
You know, I mean, it's still a
Okay.
big flex because he talked about that. I think it was Thought I Was Dead. He was like, Louis Vuitton says my name. Like, fuck your bank account.
yeah,
Like, no matter how
Yeah.
much money you got, my Louis Vuitton says my name.
yeah,
And that's a huge collab though for him to get LV, and I could see where
the LV money too,
the LV money.
Yeah.
like the branding and all that.
And you're putting together the whole fashion show on top of
Yeah.
that.
I just think of that fighter pilot, 1940s style photo of him with the
He's carrying
with
the luggage.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
scarf going backwards.
Yeah.
This shit's just hard, man.
That was tough.
I
And
think
that
it's
shit is
fire.
the collection was
It's
tough.
fire. I
Yeah.
could see it in the future being like a collection that's like very, revered
Mhm.
because it was such a staple like for a time. You know what I mean? Like if you got an LV Tyler collab, like 15 years down the road, it would be like a lot of money. But I can't see where a lot of people would be like, oh, working with Tyler, like that might diminish the value of the brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they probably felt that way too, which is kind of sad because he's came so far.
But I think that's why it's cool he was able to do that now because he
Yeah.
really had to work his way up in the fashion industry to get to this point. Because remember, he did the shit with Vans early on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
and
he
they,
did the
and they
Converse.
took it off because remember that commercial?
The
No, the
goat-
Mountain Dew. That was Mountain
Mountain
Dew.
Yeah,
Dew,
and then
yeah.
that commercial didn't even air
Yeah,
because Boyce Watkins got took down.
yeah,
Yeah.
Who was that?
He's like a political commentator.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. And then Vans,
Vans.
because in Cherry Bomb, he's like 7 million, 7-figure deal with Converse because Vans fucked up.
Yeah, because Vans
They got
just
scared after the Mountain Dew shit, right?
they did
I don't
that,
know.
and then on top of that, Vans didn't let him have creative control of the shoe,
Yeah,
and that's why he went to Converse because Converse let him have creative control of the shoe
Right.
itself.
Because Vans, they wanted him to just design
the colorway.
the colorway for a brand or a version they already had.
Just like the Kanye analogy where it's like, you're here. If you can sell this
Yeah.
product, right? They just wanted him to sell shut up and just be in front of the sneaker. Shut up and wear the
Yeah.
sneaker. No, nigga. I need to have my own sneaker. Multiple
Exactly.
sneakers. My
And
own line.
I need to design it because I'm a
Yes.
designer. This is what I like to
Exactly.
do. I gotta make my own merch for my group and my music.
They thought he was some skateboarder kid who just gave a fuck about that. It's like, no, nigga.
Nah,
I need that.
I want full creative
So
control.
when he
you
did the
know?
Converse, you really got to see him design a shoe.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Yeah.
why he fucked with Converse so heavy. And then like after Converse, he started doing like the LaFleur shit, which is
And
Yeah.
that's through Converse, though.
That's through Converse, too?
That's still through Converse because he needs the infrastructure.
Mhm.
Like, it's hidden better, but it's through Converse.
Yeah.
They're like they're like distribution for him.
I'm pretty sure that's like his Adidas to Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And he's doing the fragrances now.
Fragrances like he had
might
to
move into
really
furniture soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
he really had to
shout out
just
to Tyler, man. He's
do it
made
from the
a
ground
long
up.
way.
and get to that Louis Vuitton spot. And now granted Pharrell being there probably helped a lot in terms of like
Oh,
that
yeah.
decision getting made. But because Louis Vuitton outside of Pharrell, like they don't really collab with rappers. Like they don't let rappers just get hands on with the product. They could endorse it or
Pre-Virgil,
sponsor
yeah.
sponsor it.
Pre-Virgil.
Yeah, pre-Virgil.
And Virgil's not even a rapper.
Nah, he still was a designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just part of the hip hop world.
Yeah.
And so that's why it was such a huge deal.
Exactly.
Has LV ever done a hip hop collab outside of Pharrell or Tyler?
I don't think so, man.
I think Kanye might have did some shit with them. Nah, maybe some like shit he sponsored or endorsed.
I don't think he was ever on some Louis Vuitton shit, bro.
Yeah.
I think he was always on Balenci.
He was on Louis, but he was just wearing it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was promoting it. He
And that
never
was like
designed.
early days.
That's like Louis
Yeah.
Vuitton Don
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
the
this might
weights.
be the first time. So Tyler getting that is actually insane when you think about it.
Because he's not solely a rapper, but that was his claim to fame.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shout out Tyler,
Shout out
bro.
to Tyler, man. And
So you sat with the album for a little bit longer.
yeah, and
And
I've,
where,
I've
where do you put it?
I don't know if I could put it anywhere
Let's go with where do you put it this year in music
Ooh,
this
that's good.
year. Ooh, we.
so far?
It is the highest selling album right now. in
Yeah,
the
hey,
world.
yo, shout out to Tyler for that.
Yeah.
297,000 copies
290.
off a short week. 97,000
Wow.
off a short week.
That's not average numbers.
That's
right.
right.
There.
Fuck you, Ian.
That's biggest
Whichever
opening for
camera's
him
looking at
ever.
These mysterious niggas on the way out, bro.
Mm,
yeah.
I agree.
I'm saying it right now.
I
These
agree.
mysterious niggas on the way out it's actually time to,
Care.
go back. Yeah, care and go back to your label because some of you niggas don't have personalities. So that's what the
Yeah,
label
bro.
was for originally. Let's give this nigga some Milli Vanilli. Let's give him some a personality. It's
Yeah,
up
bro.
for you niggas, bro.
Be smart with your label money, bro. Create a concept. Create something that's gonna last. You know
Or
what I
hire
mean?
a nigga who can do that.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nobody, bro. You're not Beyonce. You can't just drop an album out of nowhere and motherfuckers are gonna fuck with it. You're not. Who else did that? Who just dropped an album out of the blue? You're not Kanye. You can't do it.
Kanye can't do that. Drake is the only people who can do that. Can
I don't even think.
I don't think Drake
can
do that right now. He has to really build it up.
Well, nowadays no, but
Drake got to build it up.
He could have.
He
You're
did-
not
if you're reading
Kendrick
this-
Lamar.
If you're reading this, it's too late. Was a surprise drop.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
But that came out 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
that's true.
Time to change.
Times have fucking
Like
changed,
for real, the only people
bro.
that can really do that is like Adele, Beyonce, and Taylor Swift.
And Kendrick.
So
And Kendrick.
if Drake comes out right now, boom, fully album just drops it. I think
he diluted his water, bro.
I think he did now with the singles, but I think if he just came out with the album, he'll be fine.
That plot twist shit diluted his water.
Yeah, it did. It didn't help. Because he was just oversaturating.
Like, bro, that nigga, doesn't he have 10 albums?
Drake?
Yeah. Counting Honestly Nevermind in the collab albums?
Probably around 10.
Bro, Tyler has 8.
Yeah.
And he just did 200K. You know what I'm saying?
And like every album post Cherry Bomb has gone up in sales. Every
bro,
album.
Come on. It's over for you mysterious niggas.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's time to care again.
Yeah.
It's time to try again.
Hey,
Hey,
hashtag try again.
Try again.
Very traditional way to do music. I feel like how Tyler did it, even though, he did the half week.
Oh,
it feels super traditional.
Something I did love about Chromokopia a lot, especially on songs like Darling I, was just how heavy the Pharrell influence was.
Yeah,
because
NERD.
It's
there.
It sounded like that 2003 to 6 Pharrell when he was doing Drop It Like It's Hot type shit. So like Darling I just kind of has like that little Neptune's groove to it.
Yeah,
bro, I think Sticky does. Sticky sounds like some. I don't know. It sounds like
could be some grinding shit.
But it also sounds like, I don't know, some Crash Dummy shit. I feel like niggas driving, like I can see like
for sure
doing 100 on the highway.
Like some crap.
It gives me a lot of
seeing those like commercials where they would test drive cars and like drive into walls and shit with Crash Dummies. I just, in my head, I'm just thinking of Sticky with the yellow and black and white or black and yellow Crash Dummies for some reason. I don't know.
It gives me a lot of like Lupe too.
Yes.
Like the early days, Food and Liquor, Paris, Tokyo vibes.
Especially that stretch from Darling I to Judge Judy.
Yeah, man.
But here, go back to it, Joe.
Yeah.
How does it rank in the albums that have come out this year?
This year.
I don't,
because it is a hip hop rap album.
It's a rap album.
It's a rap album.
It is. It might be like 5 right now for me.
5?
But I'm just.
What are the 4 above it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
What's the best album to you this year so far?
The best album this year. What is the best album this year?
You already
Man,
put
it might be
5?
It might be this Freddie Gibbs album.
So you
listen, man.
Hold up.
We'll talk Freddie Gibbs here in a minute.
Let's talk about this. Let's
because I'm trying to think. So Vince Staples dropped the album. Schoolboy Q dropped the album.
Yeah.
Denzel Curry. I like Denzel Curry's album a lot. That dropped earlier this year.
Yeah, I did too. He did the what's the flip he did on the song with BK the Ruler? Oh, he did the walk of
Hard in the Paint.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And he about to drop another album this month.
Man, Denzel Curry underrated.
Hella. Future dropped 3 albums this year.
Oh shit. Okay. That's one I could see could be somebody could say number 1.
Say both of those might be in my top 5.
Y'all not fucking with the new
Doechii?
Yeah, Doechii. Y'all not fucking with the new Uzi?
Hey, hold on. I haven't heard it yet, but that Chill Bay song is fucking fire.
I haven't heard it.
To it.
I haven't heard the Chill Bay song, but
I only saw it because they put a video out.
The Big Time Rush song.
I like Lightyear. I like that song, bro. Because the bass and just driving around the bass in the car. Oh my god.
You gotta play Chill Bay. That shit. Next DJ said I'm throwing that motherfucker in there. That shit is a bop.
Let me see what we got.
Niggas were trying to hate on it for a little bit.
I seen
Leon
people.
Thomas got a cooker.
Leon Thomas. See, look, that's like 5 albums we just named.
That's not rap.
Oh,
we didn't say rap. You said best albums.
I'm talking about rap, hip hop, and rap.
Hip hop. Okay,
best hip hop rap albums of the year.
So we got 3
Bino
feature
dropped.
albums. Who?
Gambino.
Oh, Gambino. I don't think I put that. That's not make my top 5. Respectfully, of course. So we got Doechii. We got 3 future albums.
Nigga, what?
We
got they got some random ass niggas.
Freddie Gibbs, Schoolboy Q, Vince Staples. That's 6.
Vince Staples did drop a cooker. I wouldn't put it up. I wouldn't put it above Tyler though.
Because I haven't sat with the Vince Staples album as much as I have with the Tyler album. Because that shit dropped in the summer, and I was like, oh, this is not summertime vibes.
You put in 21 in there.
What album 21 dropped?
American Dream.
Oof.
That was this year.
Is that falling out?
I like the Nina song with Travis Scott.
I'm good on that.
You good on that one?
I'm good.
What else we got? Yeet.
I'm good.
Eminem.
I'm good.
Good.
I think it might be Vultures.
Vultures 1. I'm good.
Yeah,
If it's not
what happened to
That had
that's
a
your
number-
man's
that had a
though?
number one, Billboard number one though.
Yeah, it went number one with no label.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about the best,
we had the J. Cole.
I like
Curry.
moments on that album.
J. Cole.
No.
West Side Gun.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. It hasn't been a lot this year.
I think there's more than we just can't remember.
You sure? I'm thinking of like the highest.
Because I think the year started for me with Schoolboy Q's album, and that dropped around March.
Yeah.
That was like the first big album to get dropped this year, and then Future Metro
think
took
Vince-
over.
Didn't Vince drop before him?
I think he dropped a little bit after him. I
I
could
gotta
be wrong though.
It's Tyler. It's either Tyler or Metro on Future.
I think Tyler got it, bro.
I mean,
I think Tyler got
I'm not
best rap
saying
album right
Tyler
now.
won't make his way up the list for me, but I think right now, if I just had to give you a guess, I'd probably say he's number 5 for me.
And we don't know what else is dropping this year. Who else y'all think might pop out this year? You think is done? Kendrick
Does
might-
Cole drop before the year ends?
I don't know
Please
what he's doing, bro. I think his whole album rollout kind of maybe got fucked with that beef. I mean, it's a perfect time to drop an album like The Fall Off. You know, if he touches on that subject matter of him falling off in a sense.
Is it
But-
a perfect time to drop? For J. Cole?
I mean, people are kind of receptive to his
I
music
think-
still. Like people love Port Antonio, but there was still like a lot of backlash behind it.
I think it would be a good time if there's nobody else like that's really gonna pop out for the year. There's no big
Oh.
name artists, you know.
Speaking of which, we didn't talk about this on the stream when we were talking about Chromokopia last time.
Mm-hmm.
But what did y'all think about the surprise Schoolboy Q feature on Thought I Was Dead? Because people speculated that Kendrick might have a feature on that.
Bro, that song sounds like a Kendrick could easily be on it. I saw someone do a flip where they did the Euphoria beat,
Yeah,
and it fits perfect.
I saw that same thing with Family Ties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Is that Black Mass?
Nah, it was like Spectre or something.
Okay.
So yeah.
Black Mass got a cooker with I Killed You.
What do you mix it with?
Bro, I
Bitch, I
bookmarked
killed
it.
you.
I killed you. Black Mass is fire.
Actually, you know, and I it is really cool to me to hear Tyler talk about like because he talked about it on the last verse of Take Your Mask Off. And by the way, Daniel Caesar was a low-key MVP on this album.
Yes.
Daniel Caesar was cooking on this
And
album.
hey, shout out to Gambino, bro.
And
Come
Gambino,
on
hey,
now.
there's like a fucking that's like the who's who of Music Avengers on that song.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
Like Thundercat did,
Melodies,
did
man.
the guitar, Steve Lacy did the bass, and Gambino
Yeah.
on additional vocals.
That's the first Gambino and Tyler collab too
Mhm.
ever.
That's fucking
And I like
crazy.
how he used Gambino. 'Cause it would have been nice to hear Gambino do more, but how he used them is really great.
Which
because-
song was he on?
was it? Judge?
Judge Judy.
He's Darling Eye too.
Is he on Darling Eye?
Yeah.
That's Tizo.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I think
He
it
was
Judge Judy.
on. Was it Judge Judy?
Man, Childish would have been perfect on that song too if he had a verse.
But I do like him just being extra additional vocals because Tyler always said the song that made him a Gambino fan or made him respect it,
Earn.
Earn. Yeah. Which is more kind of like what he was doing on Judge Judy in terms of like vocal inflection and
Yeah.
singing.
I love Earn, bro. That's a great Childish Gambino album, bro. I
And
don't think Childish has another. He's done with
Donald
Childish.
Glover's on Judge Judy.
mhm.
He's also on. Let me see. Keep talking.
And yeah, Tizo had a great feature on Darling Eye too. I liked what he did on that a lot. And
Tizo's just like that.
Consistent.
He's that nigga now.
Especially
Especially if
in-
you need some melodies,
Yeah.
get you a
He's
Tizo
like,
feature.
He's like Nas. Like you put Nas in your car, you go faster.
yeah,
He's
Yeah.
that.
You throw him on the song, you know it's gonna go crazy.
but you know, see, this is kind of like I think what Tyler's doing on this album is kind of what fans wish Drake would do a little bit more in terms of just being more vulnerable and just talking about how you see life for you in this exact moment. Because Tyler's 34 years old, like right. And one thing
Yeah.
he talks about on this album, especially on a song like Tomorrow, he talks about how his mom is getting older each day.
Mhm.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like my mother's hands don't look the same as they used to. And he was like, you know, she's talking about, dang, just give me one kid, just give me one little Tyler.
Mhm.
And he talks about in the last verse of I Thought I Was or Take Your Mask Off about how he's like, tell him why you really don't want kids. Like tell him that you're really selfish and that's why you don't want kids. And that's
Yeah.
something he talked about repeatedly throughout the album is that, you know, I'm too selfish to have a kid. I'm even too selfish for love because I'm always infatuated with a new bitch.
Yeah.
That makes me think of what John Cena said about not having kids.
Yes.
And like I think he did like a reality show where him and his wife were like on camera a lot,
Yeah.
and she would always like press him. I think that's like some producer shit where it's like
It was
press
when,
him about
it was
not
when
having kids.
he was dating was it Nikki Bella, the,
Okay,
wrestler,
yeah.
the other wrestler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically he said like I can't maintain that lifestyle. I know that I want to live for me. Like
Right.
I'm very selfish. And I think that these conversations should have been had in like the 80s and 90s when niggas was having like 9 and 8 kids. Like niggas should have been more selfish back then.
Yeah, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with admitting that you're just selfish and you just want to focus on you. And that's why you want kids. And I think if a lot more people had that conversation or were real with themselves about that, a lot of them wouldn't be in situations that they're in now.
We'd have a more successful society, honestly. Because, like, bro, do we need to start putting like some China regulations on pussy? Like, like, bro, for real? Because, like, bro, I felt that way when I had to get insurance for my dog. It's like, damn, is this nigga? Is he worth it?
Is he worth the extra dollars?
Is he worth this money? And like to have multiple kids, that's worse than a dog. Like a dog, you yell at it and shut up, it'll lay down. You can't tell that to no kid. A kid needs to talk back and like, you know, have his emotions,
express himself.
Yeah. It needs to draw on the wall sometimes. It needs to, you know,
just be a kid.
Yeah. But a dog, it's like, all right, you know, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
But like, and it's just like, you know, in similar to what John Cena was saying, you know, he's like, I'm too selfish because there's still so much in life I want to do. And
he just got into acting.
Yeah.
He just got his hair back.
You feel me? Like he really about to hit like his second stride in his career with Hollywood and acting and whatever else he wants to go into. But he said, I wouldn't be able to just live the life I want to live or be the father I want to be if I had a child because I'm too selfish. Like I wouldn't be able to be there for my child the way I would like to be.
Nobody wants to be Larry King, 85 years old, having a brand new baby, bro.
Maybe some people do want to be like
Robert De Niro too.
I feel like that shit is so motherfucking selfish, bro. That's the other selfish that niggas don't think about. Like, bro, you're not gonna be alive by the time they get married, bro.
Or by the time they hit 5,
bro.
Maybe, you know, God willing.
Like
you're trying to carry 80, on his lineage, bro.
You're 8, yeah, exactly. You're 80, right? And you won't be. Do you realistically see yourself being around for 18 years? Like,
no, Al Pacino's like in his 80s now. Like,
exactly. Like, bro, 18 years.
He had to put
100.
He had to put his new child in his will. That's how old he is.
Like, bro, as soon as he's out, put him in the will.
Like they're gonna he's probably only gonna know his dad just from pictures and videos. Like he probably won't really have like Lord willing, Al Pacino lives another 5-10 years. But like there's a chance that by the time his son or his child gets a conscience, Al Pacino might not be here no more.
His dad is his grandpa, basically.
Bro.
That's but crazy, I think it's a good blueprint, for people going forward to think about how to approach music, man. Just be vulnerable and be yourself and expose your flaws or maybe some of your insecurities on a record. You can resonate with a lot of people, bro, because 9 times out of 10, someone's going to relate to you.
Yeah, somebody's got that experience.
Somebody's got that experience.
That's the beautiful thing about so many people being in America and being like born is that, like, I think Twitter has really taught us that, where it's like, bro, we all basically live the same motherfucking childhood. We all would do the same, like, nuances where it's like, we all nobody could see me, but it's like no, other people just did that.
We all have the same thoughts at night, you know, the same fears and stuff. And you see that even as Tyler being one of the like a successful man, he still has these same thoughts that a average, worker nigga got.
It's like, everybody wants their credit for their work, and even he struggles with that because the last album was such a brash, braggadocious album.
Yeah,
that this album was almost like him peeling back that confidence layer just a little bit by just explaining like, yeah, I have all this shit, but it doesn't feel like it's worth anything when my friends show me like the pictures of the kids.
Right.
And all I got is pictures of my new Ferrari, which, y'all know how I feel about that.
I'll take the Ferrari.
Give me the Ferrari every goddamn time.
I put the stroller right in the back. All right. We got Marlo in the chat. Marlo, what's up?
What up, Marlo?
What's good?
That's all though.
Marlo is a soul warrior.
Hey, salute to Marlo.
We got 3 people still rocking with us. We still going live. We still going crazy.
Yes, sir. What else we got? What else we got?
Sean says something. What else we got? We got Freddie Gibbs.
He just said something.
Before we get to Freddie Gibbs, because that's a good. Actually, before we get to
Freddie Gibbs right now.
Huh?
I don't know shit about Freddie Gibbs. He just dropped Freddie.
Only he can bounce back from that.
That nigga spready.
But
that's crazy that
I had a picture of that nigga booty hole, bro.
For a t-shirt.
On a t-shirt.
The spread
academic
baby mama, bro, put out a photo of his booty hole. Like, bro.
Full spread.
His full spread.
Yes.
He freaky like that?
bro.
Well, I mean, obviously that was done in privacy, but
Yeah. I don't think he wanted that out.
yeah.
Oh no, bro. I don't think everyday niggas sending booty hole pics like
Well,
that.
when
bro.
your girl's sex worker, it's a little different.
She like, hey, send me a booty hole right quick.
Yeah. But before, all right, but
Wait.
this is the problem.
His girl was a porn star.
Yeah.
Or is
He-
ex-girl.
If your
Ex-baby
girl's
mama.
like, let me see your booty hole real quick. You sending it?
See it in person.
Exactly.
See it in person. Leave your
No
phone-
evidence.
leave your phone in the living room. Bro, you know they got the self-timer.
You think
Hey.
he still timed
That
this shit?
nigga set it up. He was on FaceTime
But,
Oh.
on the couch.
But it
'Cause
is
you can't go put your head down.
all right, man.
All right.
All right. You're going too far, Andre.
You just squatting.
Yeah.
This is the wild card of Andre.
Keep going too far. All right.
Reel
all
it
right,
in,
all
Andre.
right, all right.
But I do like this album a lot because it does show you the influence of what an album like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers has on
We're
the
talking
music
about
landscape.
Chromokopia.
Yes. Chromokopia still.
Cornucopia.
And because like I just think it's really cool that we're hearing Tyler the fucking Creator talk about not having kids yet and the effect
Yeah.
that that's having on his mom. Because like that's what she wants. So he's gonna be one grandkid. And he's like, oh, I'm too selfish. But he's 34 now.
Isn't that crazy though? Because we see her wanting him to have kids, right? And that's a form of selfishness in itself.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
he doesn't want to have kids because he, we already talked about that. That's a form of selfishness in itself too. But if we rewind before all this stuff happened, before Tyler's even an artist, her selfishness is the canon event that made Tyler who he is.
Yeah.
Right.
That was also a crazy song. Like him.
Yeah.
That's a
And that-
crazy
That's like
song.
3 layers of depth of selfishness.
It's even more deeper though because Tyler's always talked about his father and not knowing his father early on, and then he kind of went away from that. But
Yeah.
in this, he's talking about, I understand not wanting to have a kid, and I
Exactly.
understand my father maybe not wanting to be around. And then it comes to the end where his mom is like, it was actually my fault. Your father wasn't in your life.
Don't hate him.
He wanted to be around, but he couldn't.
So
So I
that's
think-
something you need to.
And it's because he made like 3 albums talking about his father not
Yeah.
being here. Like I fucking hate you was about his father.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Bastard, yeah.
The
Bastard
title
is-
of the first album.
That's literally his whole
Early
canon
trajectory,
event.
like his first half of his career is just built off of that.
Exactly. And so now it comes
That's his
full
Uncle
circle
Ben.
to him, like understanding his father's, he's looking in the mirror and seeing his dad, because he's getting old. He might not want to have a kid, or he might have a kid on the way. How is he going to react? Is it going to be like his dad? Does he want to be around? So
How do you think his dad feels to know that he always wanted to be in his life, but then your son becomes super, super megastar famous, dissing you and shit, not even knowing the real scenario of what
Do you think his
happened?
dad knows Tyler's his son?
yeah, he does.
1000% because he
knows.
says his last name.
He was in it. He was in
Oh.
his life for a little
Yeah,
bit.
he has his last name.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
But I think it's different because y'all know Steve Jobs was adopted. Did y'all know that?
No, I
Huh.
didn't.
His
know.
real name isn't Jobs. Like it was his adopted family's name. So but his sister, he had a younger sister who he found later in life, and his sister didn't know. His sister knew that he's Steve Jobs, like as we know him today.
Yeah.
But his dad didn't know that he gave birth to Steve Jobs. Like his little
Ah.
sister knew his dad or knew their dad, and their dad knew the daughter, but didn't know that one of his sons was Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one time, he was like a server at a coffee shop, or I think he owned like a restaurant or something like that. And his biggest braggadocious moment was to say that Steve Jobs came into his restaurant, but he didn't know that was his son.
Wow.
Son.
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
That's fucking nuts, bro.
Wow.
So to have that, because Steve Jobs didn't want his dad to know that, that he was his son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to have that ignorance of being so proud that this stranger came into your establishment, not knowing that that's your son.
Yeah, bro.
Bro.
That's
Imagine how
insane.
proud he would be if he knew that he came from his. That's my seed right there.
But being adopted, they always have a
very
interesting dynamic in terms of
Tested
want
relationship.
and family. So you can't blame Steve Jobs for not wanting his dad to know
Yeah.
that and being at peace with that.
Do you guys think Tyler makes up like pieces it up with his dad if he knows where he's at?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
He didn't talk about that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, like
But
he didn't really like expound on that song after the song was over.
Yeah.
In terms of like, oh, I'm looking for my father, or like, you know, I'm just curious to know where Tyler goes from there in regards to, like his relationship with his father. Like, does he seek out one now if he knows where he's at, or does he just still keep moving?
Maybe he does like the Kanye and he's like in his music videos and shit.
Yeah, that's the only time you
as
see
he gets
Kanye's
older.
dad.
Yeah. When he wants to like flag him
Yeah.
around.
And it's funny
Yo,
though
not
because
the Drake treatment.
The Drake treatment. Put on the
Around-
suit.
around
Put on the
the
Steve
fucking
Harvey
suit.
suit.
around the Wolf era though, Tyler did change his name legally to Wolf Haley.
Really?
Yes, he did. I remember hearing about that. He changed his name legally. And so it's interesting to see now him going back to his original name. And I think he wanted to change his name because he didn't want to carry that last name
Yeah.
at a certain point in his life.
Yeah.
And now he's going back to the Okanama,
Yeah.
which means that he's fully accepted who he is and who
Do
his
you-
father is.
Do you guys think that this was a conversation him and his mom had like some years ago, and they just now put it on a record?
Oh, yeah. It has to
Because
be
like
think so.
It
he
has to
hasn't
be
talked
something.
about his father since Wolf.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it had to be around Wolf or going into what is it?
Cherry Bomb?
Did he say anything on Flower Boy about this?
Not to my knowledge.
No, I don't think
No,
he talked
because
about
it's
his
more
dad.
so self-identity,
Yeah.
like introspection, but different from this. So I think it might have happened between like Igor and Flower Boy
This conversation.
in like 2017.
Mhm.
If we're trying to pinpoint a time in that, because is this the first time we've heard Tyler's mom?
on the
Or
track.
isn't she on Igor?
Not to my knowledge.
What's the song where she was talking about how he had braces and somebody beat him up and then she went outside and beat the kid
Oh
up?
yeah, that might have been on Call
Yeah.
Me.
Is that Call Me?
I think it's called Me If You Get Lost.
Okay. So I think it's before Igor because before Igor, he didn't even he's like, what the fuck is an Okanga? Or that.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
after or before Igor, it was
Flower Boy.
Flower
Flower
Boy.
Boy.
So I think it had to be between Flower Boy, Cherry Bomb is era because isn't Okage California?
It's on Cherry Bomb.
Yeah,
Okaga,
isn't that his last name?
No, Elkanama is his last name.
Oh,
Okaga
okay.
is
Okay.
a fictional city. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm bullshitting. But
yeah.
it had to be between there before Igor because then he performed in what is it? What does it say on the album of Igor? It's like all
Arranged
songs
by-
arranged
what?
and performed by
Tyler
Tyler.
Okama.
yeah.
Yeah.
So around that time, he kind of changed back.
I
Yeah.
think so.
And it's
Yeah.
great. It's funny also because his mom is a spitting image of him as a person.
You think so?
Just the way they talk and communicate. You
Yeah.
know, the saying wild shit. I feel like
Mhm.
his mom is the reason why he's like that.
I mean, that's why the album got made, because the whole album is based around sayings that she used to tell him as a kid. And now that I think he pointed that out, that now
Yeah.
that she's telling him now that he realized how crucial was to him as an adult now, which is
Exactly.
why she's on the album saying all these famous quotes
Yeah, man.
again throughout the album.
Hey, just the fact that we're able to talk this extensively about this album makes me feel like it's gonna go down as probably one of his best.
Yeah.
It doesn't really right now for me. I don't know, but I think as the years go on and the more we go back, we're gonna realize, man, this is really a legendary album. You know?
Especially if we
this is
see
his-
what it inspires going forward.
Yeah, it'll
Bro,
probably.
we already see Northwest dressing up as different eras of Tyler.
Yeah, she said
Yeah.
that's her
For Halloween.
favorite artist. So
Like-
kids definitely fuck with Tyler.
Yeah.
Have to,
I don't give a fuck what Ian fans say.
bro.
Yeah.
Ian fan, like, bro.
Can Ian
we
even
can put
can-
all of Ian's fans in one room
I'm
right
saying,
now.
could he even like sell out a venue?
Like, bro, come
you want to.
on. Has he been on tour? Like, bro, it's not even in question. Bro.
I saw he did a show in Atlanta like a week ago or so for like his album release or whatever.
Mhm.
And like they showed the crowd, and I was like, I've never seen this many white people in Atlanta. Like,
Ian is
Oh
for
my
like
God.
the frat boys.
Yeah, there is a market for that, but if you don't pivot, like it's like you have a 3 to 4 year radius.
Yeah, your fan base is gonna grow out of you.
because you
Yeah.
can either be Mac Miller or Asher Roth real quick.
hey,
Oof.
well, don't
Asher
disrespect
Roth.
Asher Roth like that. He was still rapping crazy after I
He
Love
could rap,
College. Like
but
I Love
he was
College.
cooked after that.
Where's
though.
Asher Roth now?
He was cooked after that.
All right, man.
All right,
That's
Or-
that's a crazy dichotomy though.
like, bro,
Yeah,
Asher Roth
can-
and
And
Mac
Mac
Miller,
Miller.
that's two sides of one
bro,
coin.
hey, I can go black. You can either be And I fuck with dude. You could be Chitty Bang, or you could
That's
be
your
Kid Cudi.
man's.
Chitty or Cuddy?
They came out in the same era, bro.
Yeah.
They were in the
Yeah.
same Pandora radio.
They were.
Come on
They
now.
were right there in the blog era.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah, that's true.
You can be Chitty or you can be Cuddy. Which
You
one
was
you want to
kicking
be?
it with Chitty. Don't do that.
I was. We were getting drunk together. But come on now.
You got a drop from him.
I did.
Hey,
And you didn't even use it. I sent it to Joe.
Did you send that to me?
Yes.
Oh, we're supposed to put it in the soundboard because you were going to use that for like
we
every
put
time.
it in
And
right
we go
now.
back to the man himself.
This
See
guy
ya.
right here.
Yes.
No,
Soundboard
but
coming soon, y'all.
shit.
But yeah, I'm really glad. I'm glad this album is also going to give Mr. Morale his flowers too, because people are always like, "Oh, nobody listens to that fucking boring therapy ass album." It was like, well, actually, one of the most influential and impactful artists of our lifetime right now did, and he,
Yeah, most influential for sure.
yeah.
I mean,
He's been doing it for 10 years now.
He's inspired so many people, man, just to do it their own way and not compromise yourself. You know what I mean? And that spawns from the whole Kanye.
Yeah. I
You know?
never had anxiety. I'd never been this.
Then he take that mask off. He's like
Yeah.
lying about you don't get anxiety or getting nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Yeah,
Because with Call Me If You Get Lost, that album came out in the perfect time. I said it like 3 weeks or so ago before there was even an album rollout for this. About 5 weeks now, right? When
when the album started rolling out,
y-
it was like 2-3 weeks ago.
no, I'm just saying when we were talking about Call Me If You Get Lost.
Okay.
When I was like, man, take this fucking mask
Oh
off.
yeah, freedom.
That shit put that battery in my back, bro. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, I'm slacking on my Saber shit. The world, it'll be all right, man. It'll be it'll be all right.
Exactly.
So even if you don't mean it, or you gotta fake it until you make it, bro.
you have to.
Mhm.
Like, words have life. If you believe in something, say it even though you don't believe it at that moment.
Right.
Message.
Yeah, man. You can't be afraid to show your true self
Exactly. You gotta take that mask off,
to the world.
and
man.
hopefully this inspires a lot of y'all to do that, because the world's a lot better when you take that mask off.
Bro,
Yeah, man.
But
fuck the mask.
we gotta have a quick pivot and talk about some Kansas City shit, because I think there's some really dope shit happening in Kansas City right now.
Crazy shit.
Crazy.
Have y'all heard the new Black Star Kids album, Heaven on Earth?
I haven't heard it.
I have not heard it.
Y'all,
Joe, how is that shit in your top already?
I know, bro.
because it's an amazing album.
Bro, the album dropped the last week of October and it's already in Joe's top. Of
I had
400
491 minutes played of Black Star Kids in the album.
Bro, this nigga, you know when niggas were trying to beat Lil Nas X, where they're like, just put the album on mute and go to bed to it. That's what this nigga doing with Black Star Kids.
Hey, listen, man. Like last week when it was on, I think it was on Sunday. It was a really nice day out. I was out driving around running some errands, and I was like, damn, this album is just really hitting because the sun feels beautiful outside. The leaves are still changing colors on the
the
trees.
sun beaming.
You know what I'm saying? I had the sunroof open. I just caught a vibe real quick and drove around the city playing the Black Star Kids album, and I played a lot at home because, like, you
Give
know,
me like the mood of the album, like the tone and the.
so
Does it feel like a funeral?
no, it's more like a neo soul album, I would say.
Okay.
So it's really dope. So the album is called Heaven on Earth, and it's a continuation of the last project, Saturn Days, where the main character goes to Saturn and finds this utopia for Black people. And Heaven on Earth is her coming back to Earth and trying to spread the word and message of Saturn.
Okay.
And so that's kind of like the theme. So there's like external bliss, or Haunted by Memories, which talks about her coming back to Earth and, you know, trying to find happiness and peace on Earth while also trying to spread the message of Saturn. And so it ends up playing like how she comes back to Earth and people are like, you're fucking crazy. We talking about Saturn for Black people? Like, what? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And so that ends up working to where the people on here like turn against her. And like she ends up getting stuck in a conservatorship with this white man who ends up profiting off her story and making all the money.
Oh shit, this is a
And
very
so there-
conceptual.
Yeah, and here's the cool part about it. After that segment, there's two songs that come up, and the first song is called Art of Industry Politics. And this song is an amazing song because like Ty, how he captured the concept is so well done. So it's kind of, I would say it's loosely inspired by the song from To Pimp Butterfly. It's like, I'm gonna get you.
Okay, for sale.
Like Lucy this, Lucy that, like that kind of
Yeah.
that concept, but just from like an industry politics kind of standpoint. So Ty is rapping a verse from like a white industry executive talking to him about like, come and sign this deal. I know that you're Black. I know that I'm white. He's like, I can speak your language. How's it sound? And so I was like, yo, bro, you had this white dude just say the N-word in this verse? Like, because in my mind, it just sounds like some Atlanta shit, like that Earn would, like when Earn went to go see that white boy.
Yeah.
And he was like, and I told us, why are you playing T-Pain or
Bro,
Flow Rider?
That's happened to me in Minneapolis, bro. I was outside. It was cold night. You know, Minneapolis, it's like, it's cold, quiet. Like you go outside and it's just no sound. It's just cold, right?
Yeah.
We're outside. My boy Tyler, other black dude, he's rolling up a blunt, like putting the last, final touches on it. This white dude I guess he was like looking down because he didn't see that there were black people outside. He walks outside and said, "Damn, there's hella niggas in there." Tyler goes, "Don't say that shit again, bro. On God." He's like, I'm sorry. And then he goes back into the party. We didn't see him again that whole night. That nigga left.
Probably for the best, yeah.
Bro.
Did he use it in the right way? Did it sound like
he said, "Damn, there's hella niggas in here." Like he's been saying it.
He's been saying
very casually.
It was like a packed ass party. So he like walks outside. So he's like, "Man, there's hella." I'm like, sir,
we are here too.
Looking like Where's Waldo, bro?
Oh,
yeah.
What if he's like,
White
my
as
bad,
shit.
my nigga. I didn't mean to say
Bro,
that.
I slapped the shit out of you, bro. Don't do that shit.
But they write the song from that perspective of just like talking to people in the industry that are trying to get over on you. So it's like, come and sign this deal. Like I can speak your language. How's it sound? And then like the hook comes in. He's rapping like he's singing from the perspective of like, yeah, man, do these drugs, man, get high. Like it's all gonna be good. We'll take care of you. And just kind of like giving you that side of just like kind of how Kendrick did with the Lucy concept, but just taking it and doing it with a white industry executive.
Okay.
And then the next song is also a Ty solo song. It's called Escapism. And this one is kind of like reminiscent of Sing About Me because he's telling a story about a close friend of his that ended up, I think, getting lost to the streets. And like one of the things he's like, yeah, my homie wrote a song about it. Tell me to keep hope. But he says like having hope's one thing, keeping it's another. And he's talking about his struggles of dealing with like life in the streets and what comes with that, the paranoia, like the anger, the pain. And that's what Ty like really captures really well. Like he captured that shit well. It's called escapism. And that's kind of what he's like harping on. He's like, yo, he made this song for his homie trying to like explain his side of the story of like his life. And Ty, he's explaining how like Ty made music for him on this album to like keep hope.
Damn, that's fire, man. That makes me excited though that Kansas City has artists like that. I think they deserve a lot more, attention
for sure,
just for being different. You know what I mean?
It's super heartbreaking that this is the final Black Star Kids album because this is such a phenomenal album from them. And it really does a great job of highlighting their talents to the highest potential. And you want more from them after hearing this album. But unfortunately, it's the end for the group going forward. But the cool thing about it is that
these niggas ain't dead. They not dying.
I mean, they're not dying. But like, here's the thing, though. Like, it makes you excited for their solo work. Like, I'm super excited for what Gabe's going to do.
Yeah.
And I saw she just finished the last song on her album yesterday, on her solo album. Ty's got a lot of shit he's working on. He's doing Gabe's solo album with her. Yeah. Paris Williams is going crazy right now.
Paris Williams joint out now. It's his birthday right now.
It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Paris.
Man, happy birthday, man.
And so, like, even if though Black Star Kids as a group is coming to an end, I'm still really excited for their solo careers. And
we only benefit.
Yeah.
Hey, just like a phoenix. When it dies, another one rises, bro.
Exactly. It just sucks because I would have loved to see them be able to bring this album to life a little bit more and just really give us a universe that they had in mind for it. But some things are unfortunate and play out the other way. But I'm still really appreciative. Like, I'm on the album. I got to do a couple skits on there. I got to be the voice of Emotion FM.
That's why you like it so much. This
nah, man, it's a great album.
On here.
This nigga a meat writer.
Hey, listen, man.
He go back to his shit.
My
name over and over.
My name's not even in the track list. Don't even worry about me.
Bro, speaking of Kansas City, though, I don't know if you guys saw, just announced yesterday, Liu Kang is about to be on Rhythm and Flow.
Yeah, actually, and J-Wop is gonna be on there too.
J-Wop too. St. Louis, ain't he?
Yeah, no, he from the West Coast. He from Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Liu Kang, man. I saw a Liu Kang show like 3 or 4 years ago at Ameristar.
Bro, I put on a Liu Kang show with the Hellbent guys.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah, Hellbent
They were doing the whole shit with the Tech 9 crew. That's what's up.
I was actually just wondering about Liu Kang because I was like, damn, I ain't seen Liu Kang post in a while.
Hey, she popped back out.
Hey,
yeah,
she been putting in applications, bro.
Yeah,
got that shit.
She putting in work.
You got to put applications in to be on the Netflix show.
Okay. I thought you were like, yeah, bro, she's trying to get a job.
No.
She working at McDonald's, my nigga.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
man.
That's gonna make me watch it, bro. Because I don't really fuck with like I don't know, like
The
American Idol style.
Wasn't
shit.
Yeah.
the first season with Chance?
Yeah.
And D Smoke won that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went on to become a good artist.
Well,
Yeah.
D Smoke,
He's a Kendrick
that's
clone,
a little.
but
That was a little iffy because it's like, bro, you have too many connections already.
he did have hella connections.
And that's why I was
though.
like, I don't know about the validity of this, but I'm not to discredit him and his talent. But
But he was the most ready-made artist from that whole crew. I remember that show. He did have.
You have to have the first one be, you know,
He was ready-made.
you know,
yeah.
Kelly Clarkson was gonna be a cooker regardless. you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like,
The,
you
I don't,
have
he
to be
was-
one that the first one has to have
the validity and push
yeah.
behind it.
Yeah,
You know?
everything was lined up right for him. He had the connections. He was,
Fantasia, you know,
Yeah. Ruben stuttered.
nah,
y'all think Luke Kang could win this shit?
I hope so.
I
That would
mean,
be
J Wop
wild.
on there. I fuck with J Wop's really good.
J-Wop is good.
J Wop is really good.
I'm excited, bro.
I'm excited too.
It's
Who are the judges?
I think Luda is on there, Lotto, and somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
This makes me feel like when Chef Jay was on Hell's Kitchen. You remember that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
The sauce guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sauced. Shout out my boy. What you doing? Sorry, my dog was on some Scooby Doo shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chef Jay,
I'm
but
done.
shout out
Yeah,
KC,
shout out
man.
Chef
Yeah, shout out
Jay.
KC, man.
Shout
Like
out KC.
Like we said, Paris Williams just dropped 2 singles. A Paris Williams joint, 2 singles from the project, a Paris Williams joint. Man.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I played the singles after I was listening to the Tyler album, and the first song called Alien Love, I let it play for a minute. I was like, this still Tyler's album? And I was like, oh, this is Paris now. Okay, cool.
Oh
What?
Okay.
I mean, just sonically, it just felt like it could be in that universe.
no, that's
That's
fire.
fire.
Yeah.
It plays back to back like that.
Yeah. And this album I'm really excited for because he let me and Alex hear it before it comes out. And
Industry Joe.
this project right here, a Paris Williams joint, is this gonna be one of the ones for Paris. Because the single, a Paris Williams joint, the self-titled single, is one of my favorite songs out right now. Like Paris knows how to really just capture like a element that makes it feel personal when he's talking from a personal standpoint. It makes it feel like you can relate to it, almost like he's rapping about you.
Even when you might not have that, like you might not have that connection to said story, he makes it so that
You could relate to it.
you okay, yeah.
You could apply it to your own story,
I see.
however you see fit.
When does that due to come out?
I think November 21st. He actually has a dope show coming up this month, November 21st. It's gonna be at Record Bar, and it's gonna be a double release album party.
Oh
So it's gonna be
shit.
Paris releasing a Paris Williams joint, and then Supermoto is finally gonna be dropping their debut album as well.
Okay.
So definitely gonna pull up to that because that's gonna be a great show. Supermoto, if you guys been to the last Yadda Yadda showcase, they were the band that ended the night at the show.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah, man.
So
Shout out KC artists, bro.
It's about to be a good month for KC artists, man. Paris Williams is dropping soon. I know Ty is gonna be dropping a solo project this month, I believe, because he's about to start cooking. So Gabe's coming out. Like it's just a good time for that collective.
Hell
So I'm
yeah.
super excited to see what they do in the future because they're all really focused. They're all working hard. So nothing but great things can come from them because we know they're talented.
What would you call that like pocket of Kansas City?
Like alternative
Mm.
rap pop. But I don't know what they're gonna sound like going forward in their solo careers, so that could completely change. But I think BSK was kind of like alternate pop / rap.
Mm.
Why do you think we're not known as much for that type of stuff? Because I feel like in St. Louis they have that crowd too, but it's more prevalent.
Mhm.
But here that type of music is not as prevalent.
Probably because we come from Gritton.
From what?
Gritton. Like, are you from Kansas City?
Yes.
So like,
I thought you said grits. I was like, what?
no,
What?
Gritton.
Gritting like. Explain that to me, bro.
So like, Gritton music, like gritter music, I think they call it. It's like grit or gritting, one of the two, but it's like this is a slang term for like that kind of like street music.
It's
Okay.
like grimy, kind of like
Yeah,
Okay.
like hustle music,
Yeah.
but like a little dirtier.
yeah,
Okay.
a little dirtier.
Like our hands are getting a little more muddier.
Not for real.
So it's like street music and shit. It's like a lot of like the 2000 scene of
Yeah.
KC, like Fat Tone and shit like that. Like that's
Mhm.
grit music.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't
Riley,
think we can-
PNP, G Watts, like grit music.
Mm-hmm.
But like since that's kind of what we've always kind of known our scene to be and represent, like street music.
Yeah.
I think that's why stuff like BSK was just always kind of like off in the corner and not to the forefront. But BSK has been making like bigger waves than most artists in the city in terms of like what they've been able to do, build, and accomplish.
I feel like they have more of a propensity to break outside of, you know, KC. That type of music anyway, personally for me.
Yeah, and that's why they were on tour. Like they went on 3 or 4 different tours.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Is that the key, Joe? Just send people on tour?
I mean, if you can go on tour and expand your fan base on the road, then that's definitely like one of the major keys. But they're also signed to a record label, so they had more backing to make that happen. As opposed to like if you're a local artist not signed to a record label, it may be tougher going on tour because you're really just funding that shit.
Yeah.
Now they had to drive themselves around and shit and whatnot, but I'm not sure if they got paid for those tours. I'm assuming they are since they were signed to the label that put them on tour. Because they were on tour with 1975, their last tour.
For real? Opening? That's what's up.
They performed at MSG and shit.
Yeah, you ain't gonna see Fat Tone opening for 1975.
Fat Tone's dead.
Fat Tone is dead, bro.
I know. That's why we won't see him opening for them, you know?
That shit's horrible.
Way to play that off.
For real. There should be like documentaries on this nigga. That's why we not lit, because we
got lore stories.
We don't champion our stories.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we can. I don't know if that documentary would be like championing him. I mean, it would, but the ending of his story is pretty diabolical.
Gruesome.
Yeah, so I don't know if we want to put that in video because you have.
I don't think you can put that in the video, but ultimately we should be telling our stories and championing them because, like,
but also
bad or good, like.
Let's say we don't have like our stories aren't the best stories in terms like we have.
But
they are ours, but they're not putting us in a great light,
bro. Walt Disney came from Kansas City, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have chronicles that we need to be telling ourselves, not just like a footnote, like in Casino.
Yeah,
it was like, oh yeah,
in Kansas City
was the farthest west you could go, right?
Yeah.
Well, shit, what about all that time that was spent in Kansas City when it was the farthest place to go?
You couldn't go past Kansas City to Vegas.
Huh?
So like they couldn't go past Kansas City unless they were going to Vegas. Yeah. But even then, the mobsters didn't go to.
What about the times when Vegas didn't exist?
Oh yeah,
when Kansas City was the farthest west you could go.
We just need to care more.
What about that time?
I feel like
I think with stories, especially with the direction the city's heading in now, I don't think the city wants to highlight those stories.
But I think like it would.
But
it would help.
People outside of Kansas City are curious as to what this is even about. I think the more eyes on Kansas City, the more that shit will.
Are they though?
There's definitely more eyes on Kansas City.
Do you think people are curious?
But are they curious to know about the history of Kansas City, or are they just fans of Patrick Mahomes?
I think it comes with both.
Because we don't really have like a legacy similar to Chicago or New York or LA.
We don't. You know why?
Because we're not telling it.
Literally, bro. There's been shootouts at Union Station with.
Didn't the Valentine's Day Massacre happen here?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Union Station. That's where the Valentine's Day Massacre happened.
Like, bro,
it's a dark history.
Funny.
We got stories.
It's not funny, but it's similar. It's kind of funny to me how that was considered a massacre when, like, I think only 3 people died, which is pretty light work or like a regular
That's like
day.
The minimum entry for a massacre. At least 3 people.
Nowadays.
Right? Yeah.
Really? I'm so used to school shootings that I'm like, that's a massacre.
Oh fuck, that's dark as fuck.
Hey man, welcome to America. What do you want me to say? Like,
no,
yeah,
that's why I said
you got a point.
That's standard, you know.
We can just tell our
it's
history,
thing,
even though it's darker if it's not. But I don't know if people would care, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
like,
I would care.
I think only people in Kansas City would care. Like, maybe Fat Tone has a name outside the city a little bit, but I'm not even sure how far that goes. Maybe because he has a name because he had problems with Mac Dre.
Why do you think people care about the war in Chirac and the artists that have come from that?
Because like that was the hot city at the time.
You have so many artists that come from there,
and we don't have a gang of artists that are just catching fire right now because of street shit. Not on the level that they were. Like Chief Keef blew the fuck up, and then that just naturally made everyone around him hot too. But
we don't have people cataloging the stories of the artists that are making things.
But do we have rappers that are also that talented as the Chicago crop was during that time?
There were niggas that were getting reported on that weren't even rappers that were just getting down.
In Chirac?
In Chirac.
I mean, yeah, because they're around the rappers. But like everybody that was popping in Chicago in 2012 was like famous because they made good music, but they're also part of like this Chirac scene happening in Chicago.
I think it goes in tandem, bro. I think it works in both ways. I think that there needs to be the people that tell the stories and continuously do so, and then the artist making music.
See, you know what? We need a caviar documentary.
We do.
See, like that's something I think a lot of people would be interested to see, because like that collective is so huge in terms of, like, who was in it and what those artists went to go do down the road. And I think that's something that we should document.
Bro,
That I think would be interesting to people outside of the city.
there needs to be a strange music documentary. Ooh, I got a close up on your face. God damn. No, there definitely does need to be one. There does.
I mean,
There should, not does.
I would like to see a Tech 9 documentary. I'll do that.
I don't even know if people want to.
I'll meet you halfway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Take the strange out, leave Tech there.
I don't know.
I'll do
man.
respect. I mean, I'm only saying that because outside of Tech 9 and, you know, Chris Calico, of course, and, you know, I'll give
Chris Calico got an Apple commercial.
You right. Hey, you know
Come
what?
on.
Let me shut up then.
Chris Calico got an
Is that-
Apple
That's it. That's
commercial.
Hey, hold on.
Apple
Listen.
commercial.
Don't
Don't
try to
downplay Apple.
don't discredit that.
Hey, don't downplay
Because
Apple.
this is Chris Calico, and Chris Calico isn't as popular as Tech 9 is. So for him to get a look like that, that's pretty huge for him.
That's amazing.
And I'm pretty sure
That's Kansas City.
Oh,
We
actually,
just
and
don't
you
got
know what?
the love like that, bro. It's sad.
And check it out. So
We
I
just don't got it.
I did the morning show with Chris Calico in like 2019
We
for like
don't
a week
got it,
straight.
bro. It's-
for like a week straight,
You said
right?
what?
We don't got the love. I remember one time I was at Overland Park. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
I was at Overland Park
Told
Mall.
the story.
Overland Park Mall, and Tech 9 was in there. And I was just on the phone. I was like, oh shit, that's Tech 9. And he was looking around like waiting for somebody to notice him. And I just walked out.
You know, Tech 9
And,
follows
like,
our page,
he
right?
walked towards me like and looked at me like, yo. And I'm like, oh, what's up, bro? Just kept going. And it
You
kind
know,
of made me sad.
We're never gonna get this Tech 9 interview. He follows the page and everything. I'm gonna chop this clip up.
You can chop it up. But I just want to say, I mean, I love Kansas City and I love the artists, but I feel like not enough niggas got the love, bro, to really put the city on like that, man.
Not to the extent to where the whole country would be excited about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Chicago is different because everybody in the country was excited about what's happening in Chicago,
Exactly.
whether it be good or bad.
And it was horrible.
Yeah, most of it was horrible.
It was
Like, and it's funny because
horrible shit.
with Lil Durk going down last week and possibly never getting out.
But do you know why though? Do you know why he's going down like how he is?
Yeah, he tried to hire somebody to kill somebody.
Allegedly, Joe.
Allegedly.
Murder for
Allegedly.
hire.
Murder for hire, allegedly.
But do you know why? Like, it's as crazy as it is. It's federal, bro. You flew niggas out
Yeah.
allegedly.
And he was trying to flee the country too.
Yeah.
State lines in a state that does the death penalty and the 3 strikes rule, nigga. Like,
The party's about to die.
it's done.
And that's always been like the bittersweet aspect of when we talk about Chicago and the Chirac scene and the 2012 to 2015 is like when you look at that scene, man, that scene had so much potential because there were a lot of talented rappers in 2012 in Chicago when that shit was popping.
Yep.
But a lot of them didn't make it out. A lot of them either died or went to jail. Like L.A. Capone died. Rondo No. 9 went to jail. Fucking Little Durk's going to jail now. Little Reese has been shot numerous times. Was it Tato, Chief Keef's cousin?
G Herbo.
G Herbo made it out, but even he going through a little legal
Lil
issue.
Bibby.
Lil Bibby. Luckily, he became a manager. Chief Keef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy to look back and just realize like Chief Keef, G Herbo, and like Lil Bibby are the only ones that really made it out alive. Everyone else is either
Is there an equivalent that we can like equate this to, like
another
this-
time
Yeah.
that was similar to this.
Yes. Where most of, if not majority of the artists of that era made it out, quote unquote.
You're talking about like a city or
Maybe even a region.
I would say this one isn't as well known, but if you were like following it during the time, you could kind of like pick up on what's going on. And then Tony Yayo's talked about it a lot in Vlad TV interviews as of late. But the mid 2000s in New York was really a hot time for like 50 Cent and New York rappers, 50 Cent specifically, because 50 Cent was low key in a gang war with Jimmy Henchman, who was also the guy that got Tupac set up in Quad Studios.
Okay.
And so there was like a very quiet street war going on between 50 Cent's G-Unit crew and Jimmy Henchman's crew. And they were actually going to try to kill 50 Cent at his video shoot for the Curtis album. But
Allegedly?
then,
Allegedly.
nah, the reason
It's been proven?
it's been proven in court because the shooters testified against Jimmy Henchman.
Okay. All right.
And they said the only reason it didn't happen because the guns jammed on the drive-by.
Yeah.
But that's how close they were. But you never knew it because it was very quiet. Like 50 Cent knew how to move in a way that kept him out of trouble. It also kept him safe.
Yeah.
And so like when Prodigy got arrested by NYPD and then ended up going to jail for a year, he got a year and I think a year or 4 in jail because he wouldn't rat on 50 Cent. Like when they arrested him for that gun charge, they said, listen, if you just give us some info on 50, we'll let you go. And he said, I'm not doing that. So they gave him like a year or 4 years in prison for that. It's like
maybe that Virginia era.
Hip hop police was like really trying to get 50 Cent in the 2000s.
You know, the NERD, Timbaland, Missy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I mean, they weren't caught up in like no gang shit or
Nah.
anything that was dangerous where like their lives could be taken at any moment.
Not no gang shit, but just in terms of like an era where a bunch of people were coming from the same spot and they're just going hard, popping off.
Yeah,
Multiple different artists from the same area, region. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Sean talked about that too. Like music is not really regional anymore. You know?
I think it's still really regional in Texas. Texas holds on to that and West Coast.
I don't know.
Andre is disgusted.
We got some comments. Dion, or is that Dion? How would you say that? Dion Hill says Gangsta Gibbs, ho.
Gangsta Gibbs, ho. Hey, we about to get to that, Dion. Don't you even worry.
I want to go back to the Kansas City thing though.
Okay.
And documentaries though. You said Caviar. We were talking about strange music. You're interviewing morning show.
Oh yeah.
Chris Calico morning show, right?
Yeah.
Is that where we're at?
Yeah. So
look at that memory.
I was doing the morning show with Chris Calico for like a whole week. So I got to really just hang out with Chris Calico for a week and kind of ask him questions and shit whenever we get the chance. And he's actually does a lot of work behind the scenes in the industry. So if you guys remember, Gucci Mane put out an album around that time that Jay White, who was a producer from Kansas, who did Bodak Yellow, he did like a whole album with Gucci. And Chris Calico was good friends with Jay White, and he actually got some writing credits on that Gucci album.
Okay.
So like Chris Calico be behind the scenes making moves, but just, it's not very loud. So I think, him getting that Apple commercial, like that's a big deal to us, but he's probably made that play himself because I don't think he signed to a record label. He's
not with Strange Music?
Oh, he might be.
I think he left.
He left for a little bit, then he went back. I don't know if he left again. Then he told me a story about the time they were on tour with Joe Budden and Slaughterhouse, because I saw Joe Budden on the pod talk about how he was like, yeah, bro, that Tech 9 tour, like, I'll never do that shit again, bro. Like, they had us taking showers at dirty ass truck stops and shit. He was like, that shit was horrible. And so I asked Chris, I'm like, yo, man, I saw Joe Budden talk about the time y'all went on tour with Slaughterhouse, and he said that shit was horrendous. And Chris started laughing a little bit. He goes, yeah, like, Joe has a hard time playing nice with others.
I think we all know that.
But mind you, it's like 2009 Joe Budden when he's just like his most dusty and dirtiest and pain in the ass Joe Budden, like that real peak loving hip hop Joe Budden.
Yeah, he had that shiny ass head.
Yeah, dirty ass beard, sick breath all over himself. Like it was a nasty sight, man. But
that's
yeah.
crazy. But yeah, you want to talk about the Freddie Gibbs?
Oh yeah, dog. We got to talk about this Freddie Gibbs album, man. Listen, Freddie Gibbs dropped the album on Halloween. Halloween was a busy day in hip hop.
Yeah.
Thug got home. West Side Gun dropped a new album. I haven't heard that one yet.
Hold on. I'm sorry. This nigga said, why is the J silent to white people? D. John. Okay. All right.
To white people?
Why
ain't no white people?
I was like, what? Sebastian?
I'm a black man.
Yeah. He thought your voice was white.
I'm a black man, Dion. Dijon.
He said the J is silent.
Man, turn that camera towards me.
Turn him.
This is what he looks like, Dijon.
Oh, shit. I'm a black man.
I'm a black man.
The J is always silent.
Hey, holding the hand in the air was hilarious.
I'm a black man.
But yeah, So Halloween was a busy one for hip hop. We got a Freddie Gibbs album, West Side Gun. I haven't heard of West Side Gun yet, but I had to play that Freddie Gibbs because Freddie Gibbs been pretty quiet this year, which is kind of unusual for Freddie. And he also had a lot going on in like the last 2 years. So I was kind of curious to see like how he bounced back from that. And the best way Freddie Gibbs can always bounce back from shit is just rapping really well, rapping extremely well. And this album is really dope, man, because it's kind of like a continuation of all these rappers coming out and being vulnerable and more introspective in their music and more reflective.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a tone and a theme in this Freddie Gibbs album. So it's tight because it's a sequel in 2 ways. The album is called You Only Die Once. And it's kind of a continuation of an album he did in 2018 called You Only Live Twice, which was the first album he put out once he beat his Austria case. So that was kind of like him hinting that this is my second chance of life. You only live twice. And then throughout that album, he had Black Jesus from Adult Swim voice over as Jesus on the album. So like throughout the album, you'd hear skits and sound bites from Slick Johnson, I believe is his name. And he would just be like, hey, man, Jesus here, dog. Making sure you're doing good, Freddie. Proud of you. And so this album is called You Only Die Once. And the guy that played Black Jesus on the show and Jesus on that album came back on this album, but this time he's playing the devil.
Okay.
And so Freddie Gibbs' last album, if you remember, was called Sold Separately. And so that's kind of continuing that album, but also playing off You Only Live Twice. And so this whole album, man, it's kind of like the devil trying to steer Freddie back on the wrong path. Because for the first time in Freddie's career, you hear him be vulnerable in a way we haven't heard him be vulnerable in terms of like reflecting on his actions, his lifestyle, and what that has brought him up to this point with all the trials and tribulations. And so throughout the album, you hear the devil like, hey, man, like, come on, man, come over here, man. You don't even want to snort this coke. I got this coke for you. You want to sell this shit. You should enjoy it. You got bad bitches over here. Why do you need to know how to read? Fuck reading. We got bitches. Like, don't read that contract.
I feel that.
And so it's like the devil is just trying to give him temptations to come back to his side and fall back into that trap that he was in like the last few years, I guess, how he was living.
Yeah.
Because how he explains it, it's kind of like that drug dealer that's having that reflective moments like, damn, man, shit really got fucked up for me. But fuck, we gonna bounce back though. We gonna come back twice as strong, twice as harder.
And what's the production like?
The production's more low key. It's like there's not really any big name producers on there, respectfully.
Is it more leaning more like
darkish ambiance?
Dark, boom bap, trap?
More like trap, but not in like a typical trap way.
Yeah.
It's still really dope. And Freddie Gibbs.
And I'm seeing no features on this shit?
No features.
No features.
No features. 13 songs, no features.
That's huge.
And
not a lot of niggas could do that. And
Freddie's one of the few that can. Like, Freddie is rapping so crazy on this album, dog. It is insane how well he can rap. The pockets he catches, the flows he hits. Yeah. It's so effortless for him. I haven't heard too many rappers that can rap to the extent of Freddie Gibbs and make it sound so easy.
Facts.
It's almost like he's just in a layup line sometimes. But it's still such a complex flow that it's not easy.
Facts. This thing, he's been around for so long though, bro.
And
when you think about his career, like he's like the early days.
I think
he had a resurgence too around the whole Pinata.
Yeah, because Pinata, that was such a game-changing album for him, because prior to that, he wasn't working with producers like Madlib. He's mostly just doing like soulful and trap shit.
Yeah.
So Pinata was like the first time he really stepped outside his typical box sound-wise, and did some left field shit. And that's when he really started to separate himself from the crowd.
I agree, man.
And that's cool. And it's cool that he did this album, because he usually does like a little one-off album before he does something like a Pinata or a Bandana. You know,
the Alfredo was fire too.
Alfredo was amazing.
Yeah, that was an amazing album.
And so, man, this Freddie Gibbs album, man, I don't know too many people that are rapping to this caliber right now at this level and for this long. Like, Freddie Gibbs has been, like you said, been doing this for like 10 plus years now. I remember finding Freddie Gibbs in 2010 and following him up into his career through this point and seeing how much better he's gotten and how bigger his profile gets with each album. It's just great to see, man, because he definitely deserves this shine, because it's one of the few lyricists in the game that does get that recognition for being a high quality lyricist,
high quality rapper, man.
Yeah, and it's never slipped. Like, Freddie Gibbs has never had like a slip up. I don't think there's one bad album in his discography.
Nah, bro, I agree. I don't either. And even the shit he was doing way back in the day was fire.
Yeah.
He just evolved and got better and better as the years went on. I'm excited to see where he goes next. I would love to see another, I don't know, maybe another Madlib project.
I think that's the goal. The next album is going to be Montana. And so I
Fire.
think, yeah, because he usually does a one-off album in between those projects. So I think this is that one-off album to kind of get back in front of people, show people he's still rapping at a super high level,
Yeah.
and then warming it up for the final Madlib album. So they're only gonna do 3.
Only.
Yeah, it's like a trilogy.
I think Tyler would do fire on a Madlib album.
Yeah, actually, because you were asking me that before the pod started, you said, who would you like to hear Alchemist work with? And I think it'd be nice to hear Tyler really get into like a bag with Alchemist or a Conductor Williams, who also just dropped the album too. I gotta check that out as well.
Conductor for sure.
Griselda
man.
cooking right now, man. Shout out Westside. Shout out Conductor.
Hey, Conductor's a KC legend.
Yeah, hell yeah.
KC legend for real.
I mean, I don't
though.
know too many producers from KC who got tracks with Tyler, Drake, and Westside Gun.
Exactly. So, hey.
I heard through the grapevine, man. Conductor said he'd be down to do an interview with us.
Okay. I'm definitely down for that. Conductor, if you're watching this, man, I would love to pick your brain on music and your workflow and your process and how you got to where you are now, man. That would be amazing.
Yeah,
Shout out Conductor Williams.
it's kind of cool, man. Like we got a little bit ties to Conductor here.
Yeah.
Because Alex, he used to be his track coach, I believe.
Man, we got anything else?
Oh, let me ask y'all this real quick.
Any
One more thing.
big name shit going on in the industry?
So
in the game?
y'all know Drake was at the Raptors game last night, right? We talked about that.
Yeah.
So I saw that, right? And then I was scrolling down my TL and I was like, oh shit, Wayne's performing Fireman and Money on My Mind. I was watching that video and I was like, wait a minute. Weezy Fest is tonight? And Drake's not there? He's at the Raptors game right now?
Oh shit. Wheezy Fest
Was last night.
Last night with no Drake. Was Nicki there, Tyga, anybody?
No, actually, nobody from to my
from Young
knowledge.
Money was
I didn't
there?
see them. I didn't see no videos of anybody from Young Money coming on stage or nothing like that. They could have been backstage for all I know, but I didn't see them on stage.
So who performed?
Wayne, and then they had a Hot Boys reunion. This was the first reunion Hot
shit.
Boys did in like 20 years. So in my mind, the way I look at it, I'm like, dog, if this is your man's, like, and you're like a hip hop fan, the way you say you are, like, you should be at Wheezy Fest celebrating this moment for Wayne. With Wayne, like this is a huge moment, dog. This is the first time all the Hot Boys have finally got together again.
I'm trying to see who else was on there. So it was Hot Boys.
I just know I didn't see who else performed on the show. I know Wayne was on there. They did a Hot Boys reunion, and then Master P announced at the fest, which is a huge deal because if you know Cash Money and No Limits history, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
So Master P actually announced that Wayne will receive the first star on the Star Walk or whatever in New Orleans. And then the mayor also gave Wayne a key to the city.
I saw that. Wayne did get the key to the city. They were like, you can't perform at the Super Bowl, but we'll give you a key, man.
Yeah. And I feel like all those
Shout out
things, all
Wayne.
those factors are all the more reason why Drake and Nicki should have been there.
I don't know, man. I feel like that Young Money group is so splintered now. Like they're homies, but like not really homies.
Yeah.
You
If you think about it, realistically, like Tyler's done more tracks with Wayne the last almost 10 years than Drake has.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like Adam in the Garden of Eve.
Cause see,
Do you think Wayne and Drake will
the last Drake and Wayne song was off If
That
You're
would
Reading
bring
This
him
Too
back.
Late.
Hold on.
Wayne and Drake?
Brain Blast. That would bring him back.
Him and Wayne. I think
We'll bring who back? Wayne and
a
Drake tape?
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't think a tape like that's gonna hit now. Not
Yeah.
saying it wouldn't be
Yeah.
good. I just don't think that's gonna move the table like it would have back in the day.
Do it now. That's his only hope.
He's got a tape of Party coming. He's more focused on other things.
Do you think that's actually coming out?
Nah.
I feel like niggas are liars.
It's gonna just turn into a Drake album.
Hey, Party didn't even know they were doing an album until when Drake announced it.
It's gonna turn into a Drake album, bro. Like,
When the fuck are we doing an album? We have not discussed that.
Nick,
Hey, you ever see
you're
that?
just a special guest.
You ever see that video of Diddy talking about like they're
We
like
used to-
at this office back in the day? He's like, we're at the Bad Boys office. UMTV Raps pulls up. He goes, yeah, man, you know, we working on Biggie's new album. We putting the final touches on Craig Mack's second album. And Craig Mack's face just goes, we're working on my second album.
hey man, they did Craig Mack
Stop
dirty.
lying, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was fascinating that Wayne or Drake wasn't at Wheezy Fest. He chose to go to a Raptors game and mug DeMar DeRozan. Now people are trying to chalk it up to Vince Carter's retirement ceremony night in Toronto, but Wayne's
But you yada yada over the best part.